Welcome, everyone. This is Legal Shenanigans Theater. All the graphics were done by Veilhammer Media because y'all know I suck out loud at camera stuff. Well, anything graphical or topographical.
Yeah. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Believe me, and, anytime I can make up funny movie titles involving Sarah Boone, not without my suitcase.
Going to America.
Yeah, well,
Florida specifically.
All right, guys. Thank you, Veilhammer, for cleaning up the audio. So we are using audio remastered stuff. Go sub to him and make sure that he gets all the subs because he fixes all the things that I have no idea how to fix them. He was explaining cloud mashing and all sorts of audio stuff, and I was like, that is a very good thing about flux capacitors.
Yes, just 88 miles an hour.
Yes. Without further ado,
Oh, the green one.
The green chair doesn't move.
I just want to know what she's put in her hair to get it
Appreciate
to
you
not
coming
move
in.
at all,
Yes, ma'am.
ever.
Can I want to ask you about these whenever.
I wonder if she tried putting them in her purse first.
So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did
Sarah,
yesterday.
this
Remember I
means
read you the
you're a
rights? Your rights?
suspect.
Yeah, so it's the
The
same
only
thing, but since I'm
suspect.
asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
This is where Gypsy should have said, I want
you
a
have the right to
lawyer.
remain silent.
Yeah, it's almost like they're warning her that she is a suspectito.
Yeah.
I still love Shiny Guy's shirt, but he demonstrates an entire lack of safety around his firearm and Sarah that I find disturbing throughout this entire video.
Yes, he does. And his shirt is very wrinkly, even though it is nice and shiny.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning.
Well,
with
look, you
guards.
just get a new
If you
shirt
cannot
off of
afford a lawyer and
Amazon.
want
You
one
want to
can be
wear it.
provided for you before questioning with
With
other
that
guards.
big ass star
Does
on
anyone
it, you'd
threaten
think
you or
he's from
promise you anything
Texas,
to get you to talk to me?
not Florida.
And do you understand what I just read?
Yeah, well,
Okay. So
his
this
shiny
morning we
cowboy
went to
hat
his
hasn't come in
autopsy.
yet.
And we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So I want, so he's got scratch marks to his back.
Ooh,
I know what that's from.
spicy.
Okay. And
Ooh,
it's called
Sarah's a
contusion. You know
Hellcat.
what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then
Cat scratch
you
fever.
get a mark from it. You'll get bruising.
The
like someone hit
detective
you or
couldn't say
something
a
like that, and it's
bruise.
called, like, a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He
You don't say.
He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a
swollen.
hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Congratulations.
And he's notorious for running into the
What does that have
wall
to do with this
or the
guy?
hall tree. So why?
Okay. What about the scratches?
Why are you
There's
asking the
also
question, lady detective?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's also a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of going, but it's going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. They occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why,
No, I'm here to hear all bullshittery. That's what I'm here for, Sarah.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not a detective. In all honesty, well, okay.
Yes. No, please lie to me. Please
Lie to me. It turns me on, really.
tell me lies, sweet little lies. Come on, Sarah. Give me all of them.
I just love how people are like, "Oh my gosh, in all honesty," and I'm like, "You mean you're lying right now, right?"
Yeah.
The only thing I
I
thought you
swear
guys
to
were gonna ask me
God.
about, which I was gonna ask you anyway,
Or on
are
my
the
mother's
stressors
Like,
grave or
back.
whatever. It's like, oh please.
Everything else, I
God
have no
would
idea
like to
what
be
it is.
left out of the situation.
No idea
Yeah.
what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so,
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
oh gosh.
My
Last week?
understanding he was there.
That's
like
the
last
problem,
Tuesday.
Sarah. He was
Last-
never
I
there.
don't know if it's Tuesday.
The problem, yeah, mother of
But
the
yes, he was
year.
there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called
Yes,
us
Sarah,
yesterday
that's
at
how
1,
Sunday
so,
works.
but the
It
incident,
goes
you guys
before
were
Monday.
painting and stuff the night prior.
Check your
So we're
underpants if
talking about
unsure.
Sunday. And then into
Hopefully
Monday.
they're not on
Thoroughly
Wednesday.
confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch having wine.
I don't know if they're
smoking
Wednesday,
some
they might
cigarettes,
match that guy's
and
shirt.
Go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why
Dear Jesus,
nobody got out
the
of court.
progressive
That's
dinner
like
of
mind blowing to me. Like I don't.
horror badness
I
with
have no
Sarah.
clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising.
You know, this might be the only truth she did say. She didn't lay a hand on him. She just kicked him down the effing stairs, allegedly.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like, it's not my fault. Gravity done did it.
yeah, and technically it was a foot. She didn't lay a hand on him. So, I mean, technically she's correct. So, no lies detected.
Yes.
And on like his head and his skull,
I have no idea.
as if something hit him.
I
Considered
have not
blunt force
touched him.
trauma.
The floor?
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
She is real
Yesterday,
quick with
when
that.
we
Tell
took
me and we'll
photographs
both
of your
know.
overall body,
Mhm.
and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No,
Okay, are you willing to let us
absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mhm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately,
Mhm.
even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and lives
Jobs.
and
You
everything.
know what that word
It's
means?
been good.
No,
Like, I
she
don't
does
even know where
not.
this is coming from.
Because her job was to ask her ex-husband. Now, I love the timing of this only because she'll tell the detectives here in just a couple minutes, I think. But her ex-husband and her, stopped being married about a year and a half ago, but she's been dating, George for 3 years.
Yeah.
Something doesn't math.
Yeah.
And I use quad pay to delude myself that, 4 times that I pay $25 is not 100.
But she continued to like, so he was having to pay her alimony, right? So like he
Oh,
was
yeah.
paying that. But the thing is, like, she would continually ask him for more money on top of that. And like from what
Yeah.
I understand, like the whole kid situation where she said he's over there all the time, like last Tuesday. It's like apparently like the expectation, like when she called him the day that this all happened or whatever, the morning that she
Oh,
woke
yeah.
up, like he thought that she was calling him, that she wasn't going to pick the kid up because like she says she's this great mother or whatever. It's like, okay, lady.
Well, she is mother of the year. That's the thing. In her mind, she has won the spelling bee in kindergarten. She, got student of the week in 4th grade, and she was an honor roll student in high school. Never mind that she's like 45 at this moment, but definitely.
Yeah. And she's definitely like making a name for Florida woman.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a new
Well.
category of people for Florida.
The boonies. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you
Maybe.
got the injury, right? You said that was a
I'll
month
say
ago?
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, like, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Curtain rod?
Wow.
Why would they take the old curtain
Like, we've
rod?
been good. I
You
don't know if,
dingus.
like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes. And
The
his
last
thing
time
with
I told
probation
on
officer,
him,
who's amazing.
after I provoked
So,
and hit
What do you
him
mean by
too.
good? What's your definition of good?
And made him
Definition
sleep on the
officer?
neighbor's
Oh, no,
porch?
you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me.
Come
That's
at me,
because
So
your
bro.
hair
either
doesn't.
I flee or try to.
Sarah, that's because your hair doesn't move. He's afraid of bionics. Look, it hasn't moved once. She's been shaking her head doing the chicken neck, and it's still whatever Aquanet and grease that she has on there, it will stand up to Hurricane, Florida.
Oh, he's a trip. I've been so good, but he comes at me.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys are a train wreck of a relationship.
Yeah. Like, meet me outside. Meet me outside
Yeah,
on your rough ride.
this is the cash me outside girl in 40 years, allegedly.
Yeah. How about that?
Try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I sleep, I go over there. So,
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, there hasn't, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so.
give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
You ever take a curtain
Who
rod?
belligerently drunk.
mhm.
Like, I don't know if y'all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the
Oh,
pictures and
Sarah,
the
I
photos that
think they
have
have your
taken.
phone.
And
Oh, sweetie.
at one point,
I love it when characters foreshadow things.
Yeah.
The writers on this show are just great.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, we're 6 minutes into this, almost 7 minutes into this, and she's like, let me tell you about my phone.
And they're like, please do tell,
Yeah.
madam.
I started documenting everything.
Okay,
So you all will see in
Oh, you
he
did
my
document, ma'am.
pictures, bloody fingers, split forehead, he split my nose. I've got this.
right,
I don't know, Brian told you about it,
Chicken
where I had
leg?
to have almost I had
Okay.
one really bad surgery.
Brian, not that this is legal and or life advice, but run. The heifer is in jail. She cannot find you. Change your address, change your name, change your phone number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
like
Which is a whole other
run.
issue. Like, because
Yeah.
Brian's the ex-husband, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because apparently, like, once she got arrested or whatever, he's like, I'm not paying alimony either. And it's like, buddy, that's not how that works. Like, you have to, like, wait till she's
I mean-
actually, like, they have to, like, dismiss that or whatever because she's in prison or whatever. And it's like, you can't just stop.
At this point, though, I think Florida just owes him.
Yeah.
We've dealt with Sarah enough. We understand what you put up with years of bullshit.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and back pay you for
Yeah.
all the alimony you had to waste.
Yeah. We're sorry, sir. Here's an alligator.
Yeah. With a mullet and a Pabst Blue Ribbon, the official animal of Florida in my head canon.
Yeah.
But then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it. And then poking me in the back of the leg.
right.
So it's,
Then why are you still with them?
everybody asks me
Shiny
that.
shirt
And I
asks
say
a
this,
relevant question.
Yeah.
I really love him. like I do, and I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could
Oh,
You
help
helped
him,
him
which I
down the
did because he's
stairs and
come
into a
he
suitcase.
came a
I
really
don't know
long
that that's a
way
help.
from where he was
it's a
in
little too late for
Philadelphia
that,
and
lady.
moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with.
Mhm.
I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times? I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him because I had hope in him.
And you took
And
his
he was
life.
trying.
Ma'am, did you think about possibly starting with a Tamagotchi, little digital pet? You don't seem to be very good at taking care of
Mm,
yourself. I don't know that fixing a grown-ass man,
yeah.
was,
Liberating
you know. And
liberating him
thank
from life.
you,
Yeah.
Visa Marek. Any idea with the last name? My Hooked on Phonics reading is not helping me today. Thank you, Visa, for becoming a member. I am not even going to. I graduated from the school of MLS saying stuff good, and we might not be accredited.
Martikainen? Martikainen?
That's what I was thinking, but I kept wanting to say
remind
Martinez, which oh, thank you, Beckelin. So it's Mart Tick in. Thank you.
Okay. Marta Kaiten. And it reminds me of Kimi Räikkönen.
Oh.
Don't get me started on
I
that. That's a whole other.
Oh, this was not a good pause for us. We're sorry,
Oh,
Sarah.
look at that lip.
We
Oh.
she like, can I push out a real tear? Oh my gosh, does anyone have a Vicks?
Oh, that's not a tear. Wrong end.
Really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed.
Why am
and
I
then it's
still with
like,
Sarah?
next thing
Why
you know,
haven't I
he's drinking.
left the
So it's like,
state?
oh man,
Yeah.
I know where this
Fine
is
until
gonna
he
go,
starts
so
thinking.
I'm gonna go
So I
upstairs and
fixed
read a
that.
book, or I'm gonna go for a bike ride, or I'm gonna do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine.
Okay.
So, do we think that she likes to drink? Also, they got that drunk. Like, do they not eat all day and then just drink wine? Because I wouldn't think 2 bottles of wine would turn into, "This is how you feel when you're choking me." I just didn't.
Yeah. I imagine there was probably more than just a little wine going on. Yeah. But I don't want to. The bottle just magically floats across the room and pours itself down my gullet.
As per, certain thinking, like, it was the SUV that ran over the parade. It was the wine bottle's fault. I mean, had it not been there and, seducing her
Yeah.
with that, screw top cap for $3. I mean, how
Ma'am, the boxed wine did not come with an IV.
Samsonite is like, "Look, please do not operate our products while drinking."
It's going to be a new warning tag on luggage now.
Do not place anyone fun-sized into these products, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
This has been our public service announcement.
In either a whole or partial state.
Whatever, or if it's a weekend.
Yes.
That's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do.
I love that she has
He
this
doesn't
lovely
know how
headcanon
to,
that
Yeah.
never happened.
I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things prior that I need to
Any
get
of those?
done. He can't process like that. He didn't
Sarah.
process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears.
Oh,
the next
no,
thing
I
you
think you
know,
meant
he doesn't wanna
literally.
deal with it.
The cops are like, "Wait a minute, what did you put in his ears, Sarah?" And observation station, we are not sure when this trial will be because Sarah is on her 8th lawyer.
Mhm.
She keeps asking them to do things that are unethical, allegedly.
Yeah.
So
She's trying to get a ninth, but that's probably not going to happen from what the last judge said.
Yeah.
She's special.
Well, she's the bestest mom, wife, girlfriend, all at the same time
Mhm.
one could ever be.
And the greatest multitasker. 50 things at
Yeah.
once, plus the next 50 things that she did previously.
Plus
She can
playing and coloring and puzzles. If Sarah had said, "Mo, we're gonna do, puzzles and painting and, play," I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Hand me over that hooch." This sounds
Exactly.
terrible.
Yeah.
Because she probably had him do just awful.
Uh, Yeah.
that I'm gonna go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang
I
out
would too.
outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his
Well, she's
job
convinced
broke his
me.
heart, and it made me sad because he
Yeah.
had so much pride in his job
She don't like the
and the
alcohol.
store that he took care of so much.
He worked part-time at Home
totally went
Depot.
downhill,
Mhm.
and that
It's not like he
broke
was
his
a
heart
stock
because he
trader
had put so much work and effort
or a
into fixing it up,
firefighter.
and his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers.
Mhm.
She was all over him all
Bunker?
the time.
Like Archie?
Send me money, send me money, send me money.
Well, bonkers as in, he's supposed to be paying child support, and
Yeah.
since he's spending all of his money
Mhm.
on booze and Sarah,
Yeah.
which apparently he didn't. So, ex-wife may be a little mad.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I mean, not bonkers, Jung, I just don't think they ever were able to keep a job.
Yeah, because I think he worked at I don't think it was a Home Depot. I think it was like a smaller hardware store, like an Ace
Oh,
Hardware
yeah.
or something like that.
Oh,
And like he just couldn't keep a job. And it's probably because he was drunk all the time. Or I
well,
imagine
yeah.
there's probably other things involved too from what
Or,
I understand.
Sarah got upset if he talked to a woman.
Yeah. Or she might show up. God, could you imagine if she showed up at your place of work? Jesus.
Oh, Lord. Be like, "Ma'am, why did you call the SWAT team? Have you met Sarah Boone?" Okay, but this isn't the appropriate spend 5 minutes with her.
Yeah.
"Ma'am, we have, and we totally understand. We question you no more."
Yeah. Let's call animal control next time.
Nah, I mean,
Like a
a
tranquilizer.
night dart might be good.
How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind.
AKA
Which
alcohol.
is why, again, I got the puzzle
Oh.
and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see
Puzzles
my
and
phone,
paint and
you can see
hobbies
all
brought to you
of
by
the damage he has
ex-husband's
done to
money.
me and
Mhm.
the videos of him smashing my television because he's
It's color by
belligerently
numbers.
drunk.
It's all green.
Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound
mean, that
like
does
you guys were
happen.
just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah,
Yeah, she did make it sound like, look, we maybe had a glass or two,
Mhm.
not like we had a bottle or two spiked with, hard or dark eyes vodka. It
Yeah. Was it a mega pint? Like, was that the size of a glass? I mean,
Yeah, it just were you also doing whippets? I mean, what in the hell, Sarah?
yeah. It's she's just so
yeah, you
special.
obviously had the bottle, but you told me but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk.
Oh, wait a
I
minute.
Okay.
Wait. So, you can't and won't get drunk If you don't break out into meatloaf, I would do anything for love right now, but I won't drink that.
Yeah. So the problem is that if you can't get drunk, maybe it's because you're an alcoholic and you have to drink so much to actually get there. Maybe that's the problem.
Fail, don't bring logic into this conversation. She can't and won't and doesn't want to get drunk.
That's
She
right.
is Schrodinger's drunk. She exists in 3 different mindsets all at once.
If I don't want to get drunk, I can drink this bottle of wine and I won't get drunk because I don't want to. That'll work. I'm gonna try that. I actually have wine on the counter.
All right, yeah, I've got my very, Mo mixed drink, which is mostly Diet Sprite, but I can't and won't and will try not to get drunk because it's against, the awesome person that I am. I swear to God, if I had just 1/10 of her self-assuredness, I would be on
World
top of the
ruler.
world.
You would rule the
I
world, no.
I would, because I'd be like, "My ideas are awesome," not, "Eh, maybe they're a little off." I'd be like, "Nope." I'd be a female Jack Black. That's the problem.
There you
Just
go.
I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits
Oh
about
god,
myself. I don't
no.
like feeling out of control.
I love that she brought out Latin.
So
I'm just saying,
Detective was
you're
like,
making
"How do
it
you
sound
spell that?"
like he's a raging
Jesus,
alcoholic
take
today,
the
and
wheel.
yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and
No.
it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Oh my god,
Sunday
her
was
eyes
one
are
of the
so
better
big.
days that we have had in quite some time.
One of
I'd
the-
super trust her when her eyes go super big. I feel like she's definitely not trying to sell a lie.
Yeah. It's one hand in the bush and 2 in the suitcase.
Look at shiny shirt. He's just like, "Can we get to the part where we call her a liar?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous." He's like, "I got this new shiny shirt. I'm gonna take my wife down to the Cracker Barrel, gonna have an early dinner, and I would like to leave here now."
Yeah. He's like, "Can we just get to the good part?"
Yeah.
Time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know. I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine, but I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from
Forcing
previous.
out for the homie.
You said that there was a half bottle left
Yeah, about this
over.
much.
And then that you had went. Well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and stay
Does he
home,
do
or
the
do you go
liquor
to
buying,
Publix?
or
Like,
do you
sometimes I'll
do
go
you
to
do
that.
it?
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to
No.
Publix?
Nobody will sell it to her
Most of the time
anymore.
what happens is because the convenience
He's
store
talked to
where
the
we get
manager
cigarettes
one
is
too
here,
many
and then
times.
Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So
This
what he'll
bottle
do is
was
he'll start,
empty when I
go by
bought it.
Publix, and then on the
Ma'am,
way back, catch.
if you are gonna use hillbillyisms from a certified hill chuck, it's catacorner or kitty corner, not catawampus. Catawampus means something is off kilter.
This is true.
I mean, you look like you could have known some of these things at once. But don't you dare confuse our hillbillyisms. I will represent.
As a fellow redneckian, I can confirm.
Yeah, cattywampus means something is either not level or skewed, generally because I put it together from IKEA. And catacorner means kind of diagonal.
Exactly.
And Sarah, thank you for gifting a membership, and that went to Justin Smith. Over here trying to disrespect my Hillchuckness. Cannot even with her.
The convenience store.
Okay.
So
Is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So that's,
Okay.
it's him
You
trying
went
to
to
be
the
nice, so I
7-Eleven,
don't have to
Sarah,
go
come
out and do
on.
it. Plus, there's stuff that
It
around
was
house I
Mad
had to
Dog
take care of.
2020.
So that's usually
Don't
what will happen.
Mad
Or
Dog
I'm folding
2020 and
laundry, so we'll run
Dimetap.
out and do whatever.
So where were you guys at on
Hmm.
drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday?
I
You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down.
Oh, it was the
And
drunk
another thing,
leading
too,
the
is I don't like
belligerent.
listening
Yeah.
to music with him, because he gets
Not
too
sure if the
involved in the music, and the music
if that
he
service
listens
program's
to is
gonna lift off, but I'll join the
real rough on the
nonprofit.
edges, and like
I mean, she's playing
it
music
makes
for
me
him
scratch
because it
his foot listening
soothes
to
the
his
savage
music.
beast.
So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break,
finger
now
painting?
let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep.
Because
But he always
the
has to have some
circus
kind of
music in
background
your
noise,
head
which
is
I didn't
really
mind, because the
loud.
trailers were
I can
cool.
hear it from
And he
here.
was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay.
So
On your
Yeah,
laptop, you're
I
saying,
also
Dominic? Okay.
Sarah is right. I want to see this painting, because if
Yeah.
it is a Hello Kitty or, a Liza Frank, I would not be surprised. I have a feeling that they were targeted toward preschoolers for some reason.
Yeah, like I'm curious. Like, is it like that cool acrylic pouring, or is it like finger painting? Are they actually using brushes, or or is it more of the kid kind?
Yeah, I have a feeling like paint the nose on Grover.
Yeah, probably that. Or maybe it was an adult one,
That would be funnier.
and it's not a nose on Grover, but they look the same.
Well, Gonzo has always had a way with the ladies.
And then it was.
But you said it was a good day. Like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say. With just
He was in a suitcase. He couldn't run away.
Exactly. He had to listen to you.
Jumping Jeebus, Sarah. You locked him in so you could talk at him.
Like, I feel bad for the dude who had to listen to her.
Oh my God, could you imagine, 3 years
No.
with this woman?
No, I can't. I mean, the interrogation is bad enough, and it's like an hour and 55 minutes. And it's like, oh
Yeah,
my God.
the fact she called her ex-husband before she called the cops to try to rope him into being involved, and he was like, "Nope, I am staying out here."
Yeah. And no, Sal, you can't fix this one. You might be able to fix Jody, but you can't fix this one.
No, look, miracles only happen once in a lifetime. Maybe we can ask the Pope. It's gonna take a lot of priests to exorcise this woman.
Yeah.
we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because
I
Talking
love that
about
she's
the
Dr.
money,
Phil.
jobs,
daughters.
Phyllis.
Yes.
nothing
No.
relationship wise though. Like no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about?
Just
Like,
what's
just
going on right now.
Not at all.
I
They didn't
tried
talk about it at
to
all.
evoke it from him, so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate,
Mhm.
which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been.
Yeah,
I can't
Sarah.
breathe.
Yeah, it's almost like communication is a two-way street, and you have to listen to things like, "Babe, help me. Babe, I can't breathe. Honey,
Oh, like what
sweetie,
is
can
when
you
you
take
choking
me?"
me?
Yeah. Oh my god. This woman acting like Dr. Phyllis over here, like, "Look, we understand the basis and foundation of every good relationship is both, Boone's Farm and communication. You know, the ratios differ in each relationship. Ours was more of a 90-20."
Mhm. But it's
That's
but it's always in that order, Boone's Farm first and then communication.
Well, how do you get to talk? Sarah has a point. I mean, if you're gonna talk about stuff, you might as well be drunk if you're gonna talk to Sarah.
As as they say, it's cheaper than a shrink.
True.
Been practicing communication, so he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything.
Sarah, he's
Not a
too
word,
dumb
just
to
tell me,
understand
get it out of
things.
you. But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and
Put him in a
music or
suitcase.
whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're
This is
doing
so dumb.
together in the living room. And then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say
Nobody
that I knew
knows what
George
it's
better than
like.
himself.
To be the
And I tried
sad
in every
man.
way,
To be the
shape, and form.
suitcase man behind the zipper.
Behind Sarah's eyes.
Going straight to hell, y'all.
Ask everyone. I helped
Sarah,
him.
that's what we did.
I
That's
took
why we're
care of
asking
him.
you, sweetie. Give you
I
a
missed
chance
him
to
a lot, and I
explain.
didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying
I
to?
used to love
I never
him,
stopped.
but I had
That's
to kill.
Sarah's cross and martyr package will be coming in 6 to 8 weeks. It just didn't arrive before time, so she could nail herself upon the martyrdom cross.
Yes.
Just the I was helping him. She's speaking of him like he was legitimately special needs. Like he couldn't even. We're like, I told him to stop licking the windows. I just
Yeah.
had to tell him and to keep his head inside the car when we were driving. Just,
I
I
had to
mean,
hold his hand crossing the street.
it just, it's so offensive
It is.
beyond her putting, like, unaliving him, the way she has talked about him. And look, they were both train wrecks, and together they were a nuclear dumpster fire. But for her to sit there and talk about him like, "Look, I had to hand over hand feed him because, you know, if he tries to feed himself, he doesn't remember to chew and swallow." Just
Let alone get it in his mouth hole. So we'd play the
yeah,
little airplane game, open wide. Here it comes.
just what the
It's like,
hell?
it's so bad.
That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now.
That's the
still
problem.
trying to help
Yeah,
him.
that's the problem, you didn't
Yeah.
stop.
We just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them.
They may
Nobody
want to
touched
vacate that
anybody.
room.
Nobody touched.
God has been asked to be left out your mouth, full Will Smith style, Sarah. Just As the world's worst Christian, I just received an incoming text message from the Lord himself, and he's like, "Yeah, I'd rather not be mentioned in this conversation."
Yeah. I should lean back now. Like, oh.
The rest of the detectives are like, "God dang it, another lightning strike? Are you kidding me?"
Just anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at
Oh,
one point, but
yes.
that was
Yes, she does.
This
that was
is
way before.
Sarah, they're leading you. It's a trap. It's Admiral Akbar is here in full
Crap.
admiralness. He's like, "It's a tarp." Sarah's like, "Imma walk right into it."
Yeah. It exonerates me. I mean, there's finger holes, can't you see?
Not intentionally.
Not
Before, I
intentionally.
think the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation. So you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you saying that some, like, probation stuff is just voluntary? Florida, I
Apparently.
thought you were doing better. Like, look, it
mean,
was only light assault.
Yeah.
Just keep your nose clean, and
You can just download the PDF. It's fine.
and now they're like, "Okay, that's a second assault.
Yeah. Now you have to go to class.
Now you at least have to go to these classes and pay for them."
Yeah. No longer
Okay.
PDF. Nope. 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 Now you have to go.
Now you have to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah. Now we're serious, sir.
We are super serial.
Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about.
Oh,
Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She
X
called
to
me personally
doubt.
yeah.
one
No
time.
one
when
has
George was
hugged
at work,
Sarah
when he
of
was
their
working.
own volition.
42-minute phone call.
Yeah.
She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me.
For
And she
42
knows
minutes.
how hard I'm working to help him.
This woman
Just
said
as
that
she
Sarah is
and just
wonderful.
as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the
Sure,
probation
Jan.
officer, and then to his
Mhm.
substance abuse class and his, I don't
I'm
know what
also the
VIP
weight
stands
I
for,
said I
minor
was on my
intervention
driver's
program.
license.
And actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers.
He's probably
And we
like,
would look
jail
over his
is
papers together.
quieter than
Where it's like,
living with
wow,
Sarah.
you
Yeah.
actually are learning this in
Like,
class?
it's kind of nice in
And
here.
some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because
Also X to
for
doubt.
a video that he
Uh-huh.
watches to make
Wait a
him feel
Is
Next, the
Oh,
Prasun.
crud. No. Don't listen. Oh, for the love of all that is holy.
then eventually I was the one that had him come inside so we could
About what
change
time?
stuff.
Okay, here's my question. Now, this never happened. And I cannot wait for the parole officer to have to come onto the stand. Did you hug Sarah for 40 minutes and tell her how awesome she was? No, I would have remembered something terrifying like that. So no. No, that never
Yeah.
happened.
Things that never happened for 100, please.
I love how she thinks she's selling this. Like,
Yeah.
the detectives are giving her nothing, but she is like, "They are believing me. I am the best interrogationist ever."
I mean, you have to give her like an A for like confidence because she definitely thinks
Yeah.
that she's selling this. And it's like, I mean, as delusional as she may be, she is confident. And she's like, I'm going to talk my way out
Yeah.
of this and everyone's just going to believe me. And it's amazing because I was an honor roll student in 3rd grade.
I just love, yeah, toward the end when she realized she's not gonna get away with it, and she's like, "This has always worked for me." I'm like, "That's because people don't wanna interact with you and they just walk away. You didn't win those arguments. You wore down their souls."
So 8 o'clock
Is when you went to
O'clock?
hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what
you
we did.
hit him.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't.
You live in a townhouse that has an upstairs and a downstairs, and your idea of fun was going to be hide and seek.
Yeah. And
Okay.
and it's like, and actually it's not even a townhouse. These are apartments, and apparently apartments in Florida are 2 stories, apparently.
Oh,
Like, it was a whole complex, apparently, but these apartments are 2 stories, which kinda surprised me, but
well,
I was just
that
like,
and who at 47 in a small house plays hide and seek, and why didn't you just lock him in a closet?
yeah.
It
Well, 'cause there
I
was no
need to
place for
see
his fingers to go.
I need to see the logic tree behind this, like, if small can fit in small place, A, closet, B, just little diverging, diagrams that go to, like, so if answer all yes to these questions, suitcase it is. Just and she still makes him sound stupid. Like, he couldn't even play hide and seek right until I informed him of how to play this very intricate game. It's like chess for dumb people. So I had to explain it.
Yeah.
It come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so
Including
it was
the
already
suitcase.
there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Mhm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there.
Yeah.
I love that the detective is having to say things because as a mom,
Mhm.
things come out of my mouth that I never thought I'd have to say. Like, we don't touch, our bits and pieces out in Walmart, things like that. So, or why did you expect, what did you expect would happen when you threw a rock on a spray paint can? And now you look like you were in the middle of a Smurf explosion, you know? But this detective is like, so how many times did you put him in the suitcase before? And she's like, I have never. I
Yeah.
would never. I don't endeavor to never.
Yeah. It's so special. It's I just can't imagine, like I just can't imagine being her and, like, listening to what these people are saying to you, and, like, you're playing this through in your head, and I'm like, "Yeah, I sound like an idiot, don't I?"
No, she is like, I am the grand chess master. I am
Yeah.
playing quadruple D chess. She
Yes.
is playing a tesseract chess.
Yes. I am Einstein's first kin.
Yes.
And it was in play because
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Ma'am.
Well, you did.
I mean, we were playing
no, I know,
that
but
time, but
I'm saying I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game. So
And
the
if
suitcase
you put him in there,
originally is
you
in
knew
our
where
closet.
he
Knew where he
hid.
was.
All the way to the back. If you,
So
I know the CSI people saw our closet.
Also, Sarah, her Facebook was found to have photos of her son in a suitcase. She had to be
really?
investigated about that. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
The son's
So
gonna grow up and be like, I survived." Sarah Boone.
the son's gonna be like, Sarah who? I don't have a mother. I was adopted.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have your birth certificate here. No.
Well, thankfully, it sounds like the dad was the one who was raising him anyway, so
Well, yeah,
we're good.
because the mom, if you guys want a real deep dive that's a little bit more serious into Sarah, the channel Dreading
Yes.
does a really good background, and
Mhm.
he's got,
2 or 3, I think,
yeah,
things about Sarah. Yeah, it's really
yeah,
good,
so
and one of them's about Brian, actually.
and she was bar hopping and bringing strange people home. I think George was, shouting for
Uh-huh.
Sarah at one point, and Brian was like, "This is not safe.
Yeah.
You need to get out."
Yeah,
And
that
she's
was
like, "Well."
before the divorce happened, yeah.
Yeah,
It's wild, yeah.
yeah. "Brian, get yourself a
Mhm.
good woman and, change your name. Just saying."
Yeah.
All right, our
Ryan,
closet needs
maybe.
to be cleaned out
Y
really
yeah.
bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon
Maybe they
himself,
don't fit because you
including
don't
that
have them
suitcase,
regularly,
to
so
take it
you don't have to
downstairs so we
have
can
new
get all of our
clothes?
clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like,
So
have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, I
like
understand,
a plastic
your
bag
Sunday,
maybe
it was
that's
a
black,
joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the
comes
past,
with a nice toe
Absolutely
tie
not.
accessory.
She's like, "Well, does a duffel bag count? Because I have one of those big rucksacks." And I was thinking about rucking, and I was like, "George, I can probably carry you," until I put him in there like a
Yeah.
papoose. Like, "No, this is my first suitcasing, ma'am."
I mean, maybe it's a
Ag
kink. Put me in things.
Again, had she gone with claustrophilia, which is apparently you get excited being in small places, I
That's
did
what
not
he
know this
said.
was a thing, but had she gone with, "Look, it's a kink we have, he really likes being put in small places, we don't really talk about it." Um, but look, it just gets him really excited, and that's why he had scratches all over his back. Because
Yeah.
you put George in a suitcase, he comes out, super George, if you know what I mean.
George of the Jungle.
I mean, no one would have questioned that as much. You picked hide and seek. Sure. Okay.
Yeah. And it just doesn't make any sense. Hide and seek. You put him where he's hiding. Where are you going
Yeah,
to
I mean, unless you're getting drunker so you won't remember.
I mean, maybe that
Like,
was the
"I'm
goal.
going I'm gonna drink until I can't remember where I put you, hon, okay? I don't think this is a good idea. Sarah, can I get out? I'm still drinking."
But
Just
I left 2 fingers. Enough.
nah. Sure she did.
Yeah.
She's like, "I just
Absolutely
have bony
not.
fingers."
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So
Okay, so do you
Oh,
remember making
Detective
any
Shiny Pants,
videos
I'm gonna have to
or
tell
maybe
you
having any conversations?
no, we're gonna baconate that. We do not scratch our crotches
home where it's
on
upstairs or
camera.
downstairs. So
Love that I'm paying attention to that.
Okay, so do you remember making any
The
videos
detective is a fan
or
of the
maybe having any
two-finger rule too, I'm just saying.
any
At least he didn't go
photos,
full Al
videos that
Bundy.
you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
well,
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected.
Did you take
have the
any
password,
video?
He has the facial recognition.
Sarah, do you wonder maybe why they're asking you these cell phone questions? I mean,
Yeah. Like horse and water. Like it's right there, Sarah. It's right there. Do you know
she's
where this
like,
is
"I"
going?
she's like, "I'm clueless. I'm just waiting for the cliffhanger just like you guys. I wonder what episode 2 will be."
Yeah. What are you talking about? Don't worry, we'll get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Sarah.
Ugh.
And so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's
Yeah.
Sarah's phone. Okay. How does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like look, he'll joke with me and say, "Okay, I need to borrow your phone." And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No,
He is
That's
the only
not
other person that would
controlling.
use your phone, I'm
Yeah.
assuming other
well,
than.
Lucas.
Yeah.
So Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right.
I mean, he could just take a picture of her
So,
on his phone and just
To
use
your
that.
recollection, no videos on Sunday.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I maybe took a picture of them.
Would you be
the two of
surprised if we
Tess
told you
and-
that there were?
and George
What
and him,
anything
dancing,
did you
but,
put on your
George,
phone?
it's just Ted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found. And it was from
Don't
your
worry, it's
phone.
not a dong.
Mhm.
Don't worry, it wasn't any of the tentacle sites, okay?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh, Sarah, saved by the battery.
Oh, doesn't have to watch it because of the battery.
Yeah, I love how she was stressed, like, your internet connection is going bad.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that doesn't work if you're not on a phone and no one can see you. No, I swear to God.
It's like, no, we don't have a charger around here or anything.
Why wouldn't you bring the charger in?
Yeah, why would you bring the laptop in that's like 30% charged?
To be fair, this was probably like, we're going to show her a snippet
Yeah,
and then,
she'll break
you know,
or something. Yeah,
and then, you know, quiet, silent, shiny shirt cop will be like, hey, I do have a couple questions.
Yeah.
You saw a little snippet, a teaser, if you will, of what was on your phone. You want to explainarate it?
yeah. But before I ask you any questions, let me present my pew pew to you as
Firearm.
many ways as I can.
Yeah. Just the lack of paying attention he does to his firearm is ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's on his right side. Just
Yeah.
watch him.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
That's what she
Let me
said.
just grab something.
Dude, get you a Dell. Dude, you're getting a Dell.
No, I was just
You're
simply asking because.
I didn't work so well out for that kid.
You had a look on your face when she asked
He
you. if
got
you'd ever
himself
done
in
that
some
before.
trouble.
You looked kind of shocked and,
No,
okay.
The
but
fast
why did
life
you
of a
say it like that?
ShamWow
Like,
salesman.
I don't think you all understand who I am. Where,
well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight A student. I am an outstanding
You're
mother to my son.
43
I
or
excel at
4 or
everything.
5 or whatever it is.
Wait, so I've always been a straight A student. Never mind that I don't believe I went to higher education, so I stopped at high school.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, usually when people say like, "Do you know who I am?" It's because they're relatively famous. All you're speaking about is doing things that you're just supposed to do as an adult, like being a good mom or, you know, a mom that's trying to be
Yeah.
a good mom. You
Yeah.
know, being an adult, having a job, not mooching off your ex-husband. I mean,
Mhm.
I think I have your temperature. But
Yeah.
no, ma'am, continue to enlighten us.
Yes. Let's go back to high school because you were the football star and all that. It's like, but everything else as an adult, you have failed at, ma'am. You were a walking disaster.
She peaked at 18. It's sad when it happens, kind of fun when they were a real not so great person in high school and you're like, "Eh."
Yeah.
I mean, that's just so sad.
She never
Bless
had
her heart.
she never had that epiphany like in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
This is what
Like,
happens when
maybe
mean girls grow up.
yeah.
I would not do that.
You wouldn't zip somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely
Well,
lock
these
it.
are
I mean, I opened
assertions.
it with one finger.
Okay, Vale. You're being questioned because you put your boyfriend in a suitcase. So when the detectives ask, do you A, say it was a joke, B, I didn't think it would end this terribly, or C, I would never do that?
I mean, obviously, I would never do that, but if I did, I would leave one room for a finger.
It's just like, Sarah, why do you think you are down here? Well, I was just here to get his wedding ring that I had paid for. That was all. And,
Yeah.
to tell you his family's gonna be mad at me.
Yeah. Sarah, we asked you about the suitcase, not your.
I mean, if she and OJ team up to write, like, twin, novels, if I had zipped, and then if I had done it,
Yeah.
I mean, OJ, I think you have a YouTube channel now,
Yeah.
allegedly. Please interview Sarah Boone because I think it would break the internet. Look,
Yes.
as loath as I am to give you advice because I think you are all the guilty, uh, you know, I would watch the hell out of that.
Yes. But hers would be if I left 2 fingers.
If it's not fully zipped, you must acquit.
Ugh.
I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
That happens subconsciously for me too.
Yeah.
Okay, now he is just facing toward her, not paying attention.
No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys
were
are
like,
scaring me.
why?
We just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please.
She's like, "Yeah, I have BTS on there. I want to see their latest concert." Yeah, notice how he is not paying one bit of attention to his firearm, not even peripherally to Sarah, and yet just leaning the hell over. I hope that the holsters have like a thumb lock or something because this man is paying not one daggone bit of attention.
Yeah.
I mean, had she been any sort of violent,
Yeah.
I don't know that he would be able to react quickly enough.
No, because this is not the first nor the last time that he does something
Oh,
like
no, he'll continue. Like, firearm safety, what is that? No, it's not a taser, it's his duty arm, it's his.
Yes.
So
An
he is
actual
right now facing Sarah with his holster toward her, not paying attention.
Mhm.
I guess he'd be more scared if there was a Samsonite in there, to be fair.
I don't think old boy's fitting in there though.
Well, that's why he's not as scared. She's lethal with suitcases. She's not very good with force multipliers.
Yeah.
Her assassin training is
She
was
prefers a
in
zip.
she specialized in suit casings. Drive-by suit casings. Just it was her signature.
Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
That's what she
That's
said.
what she said.
I don't know how much I can take.
Oh, ma'am. You just lie back and think of England. I mean, unless he's really
Do I
good, then
have
you
to
don't
watch
think
this?
at all.
I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
I mean, you haven't thrown up since you've been here.
Well, it's on your phone. And
Oh, Jung, Sarah said, "How long is it? I don't know if I'll be able to take this." So, you know,
Yeah.
us being 12 and a half, we were like, "That's what she said."
Because of course we did.
Because what else are you supposed to respond to that? Even though it's a slow pitch, Sarah, and you can do better.
Yeah.
You can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
Again.
Again, not paying attention to his firearm. I just love it.
Fuck you.
And that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't worry.
Her hair still isn't moving.
Nope.
She has Lego hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
That's what you do when you choke me. It sounds sober to me.
Yeah.
I did
I don't wanna
in a
watch it.
Catholic home though, so
I want to watch it.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that.
I don't
I love
want it.
I love how female detective gives no Fs. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing this.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to do this. And female detective's like, well, it's terrible. You're not the boss.
Yeah. Where's the volume
In
at this?
case
We're
you
just
had
going to
two fingers
turn
hanging
that up.
out.
I flipped him over.
That's probably what she's doing right
I
now.
flipped him over, and that's where it
I
was.
mean, there's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping them in different.
Yeah, I love how now she's admitting to just, flipping the Samsonite like the old gorilla in the commercial.
Mhm.
Just, maybe dropping him down the stairs. It- it-
It just gets worse
And
from here.
yeah, the detective is like, okay, but why'd you do that? Because I didn't want him that way. That doesn't sound evil at all, Sarah.
Yeah.
different positions, and him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying, fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down.
Phrasing.
And then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
So okay,
Almost-
Vale. So her plan. So she was just going to lightly shake and not stir her boyfriend in the suitcase,
Mhm.
then assumed that she would eventually let him out and they would have a great evening because they painted and done a puzzle. So,
Yeah. I mean, I guess instead of shaken baby syndrome, it's shaken boyfriend syndrome. I mean, it's okay.
just like, well, look, I lightly battered him in the suitcase, okay?
Yeah.
But then I was gonna let him out. I just forgot. You know how you go into a room and you forget why you're in that room?
Yeah. I mean, like, she could have at least explained, like, oh, the scratches on her backs is because, oh, the night before we had sex or something like that. Like, she could have
Yeah.
explained some of it away. I mean, with some reasonable explanation. But it's like, she's like, no, I just flipped it around. I have no idea how he got like these cuts on his head and like these bruises
Yeah.
and stuff. I have no idea. No clue.
We will get Bill Nye the Science Guy in here, and we will myth bust this out. Like, ma'am, I understand that the, many voices of Sarah is great. Maybe don't allow you to have all the cognitive forethought, but, a reasonable story.
I mean, maybe she thought she was playing Tetris or something. I mean, who knows?
Or Donkey Kong.
Yeah, or Angry Birds just flinging crap across the room.
The problem is that my boys would probably do this unsolicited of anything. So, but it oh my god.
Oh,
It's always great.
it's just
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional though.
not
No, you
intentional.
told me
Not
when upstairs
intentional.
But
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
stops here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
Okay,
show me.
ma'am, first of all, you're a terrible mime because you're talking. So that Marcel class did not work. But it they have videos of you. Now, again, I don't know that you're gonna splainerate your way out of this, but I
No.
like seeing you try.
Yeah, I mean, A for effort. I mean, definitely A for effort, especially when they get to the "fuck you" part.
Yeah, I do love that. Like, what does that mean to you? Now, to be fair, Mr. Mo and I say that a lot, and the general banter is I'll, put up dueling middle fingers, and they'll be like, "Ooh, an offer." And I was like, "No, that is self-love for you."
See,
So,
but, like
yes, if you recorded my conversations with my husband, it might look terrible.
but you
But
can there's a banter there, though, like, the way that this goes is not a friendly banter.
well,
This is
no, no.
like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, this is no more wire hangers.
Yeah.
Like,
Ugh,
you're not selling yourself the greatest.
yeah.
Where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no
gap.
hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like I don't know like what you want me to tell
The
you.
truth.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
Maybe Sarah's
No, I
trying
don't
to
think you don't.
For you to let him
insinuate
out.
that he can't find the hole.
You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying "fuck you,"
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does "fuck you" mean to you?
Well,
Like if you were to,
Look, if I were a middle school teacher like I wanted to be, that would be a writing prompt for hilarity.
Yeah. What does
Tell
fuck
me in
you
your
you?
own words what "fu" means to you.
Yes.
And
Please.
and Sarah's like, "It wasn't even malicious. I was drunk. I mean, not drunk. I mean, trying to not be drunk."
Yes. With
Drinking.
ear holes.
Oh, Lord.
if I were to tell my
like he
partner,
does. Like I get called everything but a white woman. So my
Racism.
intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
but you
did.
went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's why I
at no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers,
He'll
and,
be
it-
up there any
Insurance
minute.
getting irritated.
and then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling
And I
you he can't
didn't wake
breathe.
up.
Detective Candy or whatever her name is, the awesome detective, is like, can we cut the she's nicer than me because
Yeah.
I'd just be okay, we're gonna cut the bullshit now, Sarah.
Yeah.
We have these videos here where you done stuffed your boyfriend into this here Samsonite, and then you flopped them all around. Now, you do understand in the state of Florida that now that he's died, that's still homicide. Not your intentionality means jack diddly crap right now.
Yeah.
I mean, these detectives are much nicer than me. Possibly why I'm not a detective.
Yeah, I've seen it go both ways, and like I mean with a person like her, I think they're probably taking the right approach. I mean, like, if it's somebody else, like, I've seen where they just, like, they say exactly
Oh,
what you
yeah.
just said, like, "Let's cut the
Oh,
bullshit."
yeah.
But, like, with her, because she's so delusional, it's like, I think getting her to a point where, like, she's going to say all these incriminating things, and it's just like, there's no
Probably.
remorse.
And then her lawyers are like,
You're
so what do
screwed.
you think intentionally means not guilty?
Mhm.
Those are not the two same words.
Yeah.
That's why they're different words.
I didn't intentionally put him in the suitcase. I didn't intentionally go to sleep. It wasn't malicious.
I mean,
Like,
I have not ever subconsciously gone to sleep, like, walked myself, to my bed, covered myself up subconsciously without full knowledge of what I'm doing, so I really do wanna hear her explanation of how she got up to bed.
yeah. Like, it's
Do you
happened
think
when
not
you've
able
been
to
drinking.
You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
When we
laugh.
first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to you
No.
recording this?
No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
but
I
you're the
didn't,
only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he,
I didn't think I recorded this. I mean,
like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like, he thinks that he's, woe is me kind of
wait
thing,
a
where it's
minute,
like,
Sarah.
Woe is me.
What was he's dying of,
Asphyxiation.
positional asphyxiation.
Mhm.
But no, he's always one to be dramatic, Sarah. It's good
Whoa.
that it takes one to know one. I've read your letters.
Oh,
I'm also
woe
waiting
is
for my $1
me.
million of, Sarah Boone money.
Yeah, the woe is me. I forgot about the woe is me. Oh my god, he's so like woe is me all the time. It's like
Yeah.
you put a grown ass man in a suitcase.
He is begging you to get out. He is
Yes.
saying, "I can't breathe." He is calling you all sorts of sweet names, and
Yeah.
you are there, like, flicking lit cigarettes on him,
Yeah. It's like,
allegedly.
yeah. It's like, baby, I can't get out. Help. Help.
It's like
Help.
it's like the anti-life alert. Uh,
Oh,
like, "I've fallen and I can't get up." And?
I've been
Was it done
suitcased.
maliciously?
I can't breathe. Ugh. That needs to be a commercial. I've been suitcased and I can't breathe.
I think if I were Samsonite, I'd lean into it
Ugh.
and do the whole, like, PSA.
Yeah.
Atheist Anta is right. She only pledged him in the suitcase. She didn't actually donate.
Yes. But the true question is, was the suitcase TSA approved or not?
Well, no, because you know how she left a finger's length? Well, they had jerry-rigged it with, like, a paperclip because that particular suitcase had lost its zipper pull.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The paperclip is gonna save him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like
never been locked in
MacGyver.
a suitcase, but
No.
he couldn't get out, so.
it's kind of, I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen
crying
is
wolf,
something.
crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging.
He's crying
And
wolf.
you're the only one laughing,
Okay.
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
No,
No, don't
Please
pray
don't.
hands with me.
I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like
This
you
is
guys
the
are kind of
dumbest.
trying to like feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you know.
Yeah, they're trying to feed you information.
Mhm.
That's what is happening. They're
Yes.
trying to lead you to somewhere, Sarah.
All the way to the prison.
Yeah, but she's like, "I don't mean to sound like I'm gonna get your manager, but, it sounds like y'all are accusing me of something, and I don't know if you know who I am."
Yes. And she's not smart enough to ask for a lawyer yet.
No, and she does the praying hands and, like, she's trying to take a breath because these detectives are
Mhm.
so stupid, they just don't understand.
Yeah. It's like when she all I can think of when she put her hands up there is like, "Jesus, take the wheel."
Yeah, she's like, "No, y'all are just don't believe what your lying eyes and that devil computer is showing you. That was simply put there by Satan."
Mhm. It's all AI.
It's a deep fake.
Mhm. That's not my voice. I'm talking
That's
normal
not me.
pitch. Yeah.
You no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
Well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
oh,
Why don't you remember
Get her,
making the video?
detective.
probably
Candy.
because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk
you
doesn't mean
told
that
us several
you,
times that you were not
Hey,
drunk.
wait a minute.
Ding, 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 ding.
We pulled up to station drunk, but we were in station I never drinking totally sober. This is a clip. This is a twist I had never seen.
Yeah. 'Cause I have to have my wits about me.
I am Copus Mentis. No, you're trying is what you're insufferable is what you are.
Drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
They're not
Okay.
witty.
I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out
We're
what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But
But
you
again-
willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the
My
suitcase.
plan was that he'll be up here any minute.
Because I went upstairs.
Meaning
And then I
you
thought-
planned to go upstairs and wait for him.
You done left the man in a suitcase. He's probably gonna be pissed off once he, twisters his way out of there, and you're like, "I feel safe enough to go to sleep."
Yeah. Everything is fine.
I mean,
Everything is
it was just a
fine.
little funsy.
Yeah. While the world
It
around her is burning.
I mean, had she fallen asleep on the couch, I feel like that could have been like, "Look, I drank way too much. It's a terrible thing that's happened, and I fell asleep on the couch." But
Yeah.
instead, she walked herself upstairs, stayed in bed till what, 11 in the crack of noon,
Yeah.
and then was like, "It's real quiet." It's almost
Yeah.
like George isn't even around.
Yeah, because I think when she woke up, she said she laid in bed for like 30 minutes, and that was when she
Yeah.
realized, "Oh, it's really quiet in here." It's like, "Really?"
Again, ma'am, you should have started out with a pet rock. I'm not even real convinced that you can take care of yourself.
I fell
Yeah.
asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out? He
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is gonna happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was
suitcase,
your plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him, maybe I shouldn't.
No.
I love Detective Candy. She's like, "Meh. I mean, I kinda left this guy in a suitcase. He'll be fine. He's not going
Yeah.
anywhere." It's
Yeah.
just
I do like Detective Candy.
I mean, Sarah, had you just shown a bit of humility, you would not be a giant lol cow,
Yeah.
okay? Everyone wouldn't have a channel, or you wouldn't be on Mystery, Legal Shenanigans Theater. You wouldn't be.
No.
But it's just like you are Highlander and you're going to let this one never die.
You win first place.
I have this terrifying suspicion that I'll have been doing YouTube for 5 years and she still won't have a court case because she'll be on lawyer. She will finally get to Steve Gosney and she will break him.
I don't wish that upon Steve. That's
what I'm
cruel.
saying. He's like the best person ever. I don't want him to have to deal with Sarah, but she will have exhausted every other public defender in Florida.
Yeah, she's something else. Really, she is. Like, this is the stereotypical, like, person who can do no wrong, and like everything that they do is the greatest. And like,
Oh, yeah.
just self-entitled, and like, just this is the perfect example of that.
She has just no one has ever her ex was just like beat down. No one has ever we need, and I can't remember what trial or what interrogation it was on, but there is a female detective that honest to God looks like Steve from Blue's Clues. She wears like a green striped polo for no reason. But she is you can imagine that she smokes a cigar and drives a Harley into work. Like she's that level of no BS. And she basically, goes to town on a criminal. I'll have to get that interview or interrogation up. But they're just being so nice to her. I know it, but I would have just been like, really?
Yeah.
How stupid do I look? And take detective with this. Yeah,
Some of them have the patience of a saint. Like,
they do.
there was a week where I went down this rabbit hole of like, do you remember the whole like Catch a Predator show? I went down this whole rabbit hole of watching those interrogations, and there's a lady who's exactly like you're describing, and it was like a sting they did in Kentucky, and it was actually filmed for the show and everything too. And like, this woman, I swear, man, she's just like the most patient person in the world, and like listening to these horrifying people, and she's just like, so what was your address again? And like, just going through everything, just the nicest person in the world. I'm like, oh my God, like, you're just so patient.
I know, because I would have gone full like Dirty Harry Unleashed. You brought salami, a footlong sandwich, Pam cooking spray, and condoms to meet a person that you thought were 13. And what you're telling me is that you were just here to make sure they were safe.
Yeah.
You showed up naked too.
My God, some of those guys.
Some of those guys, and I think they caught the same guy twice, and he showed up naked both times.
They did.
I'm like, what? How are you out of prison, Mr. Naked? And shouldn't you? Why?
Some of these detectives, man, they have the patience of saints. They're just
because I'd be like, bring me the phone book.
Yeah. Yeah, and the pliers.
It didn't cross your mind because
That's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking.
That's like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
It's the drinking.
Look, she just gave her.
That's what it is. It's the drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was.
We know.
I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't.
He's telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing,
I'm
Never
pretty
happened
confused
before.
right now
Would you
too.
leave someone else in
Yeah.
a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? 'Cause it was
Probably.
a joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
But you did.
So
Sarah, again, we are here because George died in a suitcase.
Yes.
So you saying you wouldn't do it
Together, we are here gathered today.
because of a suitcase of all things. Like, ma'am, what? Like, I would never do that. We have you on you filmed yourself
Yes, the mental
doing this.
gymnastics are just, they're incredible.
It is a beautiful thing to see this absolute shit show. 'Cause she's like, "This is going well. I'm convincing them."
Yeah.
The detectives are like, "Sarah, I don't think you understand. This is murder of some sort. It could be manslaughter, it could be reckless homicide, but you is going to jail."
Yes. You're not collecting 200 when you go past go, and you're not. Or a ring pop.
No, it just oh my gosh, Sarah, sweetie, you are currently watching yourself with George in the suitcase.
Yes.
This isn't one of those posters that they used to have when I was a kid, where you cross your eyes and you can see the giraffe, but some people just couldn't. No, this is not that.
No, it's not. Detective
She's
Candy
like
and Pink over here are not buying it.
yeah.
It's like she can't read the
I
room.
just
Well, it's not like,
Well, because she's in a fog of Sarah clown music that like, Sarah is great. Sarah is great.
again, I don't think you all understand. Like,
I mean,
that was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done
acts,
for
though,
him.
but by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you
No.
any appreciation,
He did.
not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He
You're-
did.
Because you bring
Your
up the fact
officerness,
that
I
when
was
he's choking
clearly
you, you can't
drunk.
breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't
Not
breathe.
intentionally.
And
if you are
verbally
drunk, you
several
are
times
never
told him,
guilty.
Fuck you.
well, you said it in the video, but you
video.
won't let us play the rest of it. 'Cause you don't
And
want to.
When I
told
say
him.
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And if
think
you
so
cheat-
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word.
I don't know. You have a really
And that's what
weird
you told
love
him in the
language
video.
definition.
I couldn't
So
breathe when you cheated on me.
Suitcase. I don't remember that being on the
That's
list.
how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told
I
him,
don't
fuck
know
you.
This is
What would you
life
say
changing.
if somebody told you that they had done this?
done what?
Is that somebody in the
what you're
suitcase that
here
went up
for,
and went to bed?
Sarah?
Do you all not
Dang
think?
it.
So you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you guys
Yeah.
are trying to assume? Or
Bingo.
trying
No.
to like?
No,
We're just
ma'am. To assume would mean they have no evidence, but your ass went upstairs and fell asleep, and you done told them that earlier. So there are no assumptions being made here.
Yeah.
You are assuming that they are assuming, which makes you an ass.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's a poor dude who went from one bag to another, and it's like, come on. Oh, this woman.
Yeah. I love how she's also speaking to them like Kamala Harris speaks to all of us, like we're 4-year-olds. Like, you guys, I know comprehension is hard for you, so let me explain it. But what you guys just aren't smart enough to understand is not intentional means not guilty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And don't come.
Yes. I only bring our wonderful vice president into this because she does, whenever she talks to people like they're in kindergarten. So she immediately makes a mental correlation between Sarah and her. Because it's like, you guys just are too dumb. I'll explain it to you.
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's why we want to know.
and I
the
don't remember
injuries-
doing those.
The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video,
I didn't
Explains
intentionally
itself.
lie.
it really truly does.
So they're not
You don't
lies.
think that I had thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all
Oh,
are,
hell no. Oh, hell no. This is where uh, these officers are better than me, because I'd be like, oh hell no, miss, stuff my fun-sized boyfriend into a suitcase. You will not be getting an attitude with me. You need to slow your roll, miss.
Yeah.
Honor roll student in 5th grade. I'm gonna need you to slow down.
If you don't mind, please, can I explain this to you again since you're so damn slow? Please.
Yeah. Oh no, I could not handle Sarah Boone trying to act like she is smarter than me, talking down to me. I would no. No, I'd be like, bring me the taser.
Taser, taser, taser.
Taser. Well, at least I'd know which one. Allegedly, I know which one it was.
are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us about.
That would be premeditated murder.
And the video,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to say,
you thought he could
So,
get out on his
yes.
but the video shows that he can knock it out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
Because you were on the outside,
But it had a hole
Sarah.
in it.
No, it didn't.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
Is what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got,
But the zipper
Sarah,
part is
don't try to
broken up.
seduce us
yeah,
with your
this
chest
is why we were
pulls.
going to send it.
You.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the
You
outside.
fingered it, Sarah. Come on.
That's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too.
No.
Of course.
Did you
I
get
don't
in and
know
try
how-
Well, why
yourself?
wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he
Of course you
could?
can do it on the
You-
I
inside.
don't know. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know if
he
you saw, like, where.
Look, he fakes his own death for attention all the time. I filmed that too.
He's crying wolf.
Allegedly. Because the antifreeze was just not working quick enough. I mean, for the what? Oh my god!
I mean, technically, I hear
Where
that
the
women
hole was.
prefer cyanide. Or is
Why
it arsenic?
cyanide? Well, women prefer if you have we prefer poisonings.
Yes.
Allegedly, we're
Yes.
not too into the violent murders.
No.
But antifreeze is sweet, and you can mix it with Coke. I have that interrogation coming up or slotted in the line because, oh my god, though this woman is horrid. But
Yes. I
Sarah,
actually know who you're talking about.
Sarah,
Oh.
it's like I am the authority, and I am going to tell you guys what happened. Really, you did nothing but lie so far, Sarah.
Yeah.
Not intentionally with malice. Just okay.
Yes, and then there's your business.
Oh dear God. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
She is the outlier.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to show my boys the shabusiness trial when they start dating. Just be like, look, on the crazy and hot thing, she's not, fulfilling that whole like 8 or 9 to deal with that level of crazy.
But Mo,
Also,
there's a good example here though. So you could show them this business, right? Because she doesn't rate
Yes.
on the crazy hot scale, right? However,
Yes.
you can then go to the other side because this case will be here up pretty soon. Then you can go to the Courtney Clinny case
Oh
and be
my
like,
god.
"So here, boys, take your
My
pick.
boy
Be
my boys are
careful.
gonna become monks.
Be
Look,
careful, kids."
I am not going down to my basement and finding a head and a schmeckle in a bucket, okay? I refuse. And I
Yes,
feel terrible for that mom. I really do. She just
yes, that
so
poor woman.
yeah. Like, oh my god.
I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
a
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out
He's
of it.
raising the roof.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I
my
haven't assumed
intention-
anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh,
If I were more graphically inclined, I would put the Webster's definition of assumed up and then a clip of from The Princess Bride. You keep using that word, but I don't think you understand what it means.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I was like, why
oh,
isn't it
good.
not playing?
I got
Because
him
I
in
didn't
there.
push the
Now I'm
button.
just gonna go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase
She's been
and then
drinking
watches that
probably was
video.
asleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
I think she just admitted
Because I
she
was
was
upstairs and I
drinking.
fell asleep.
No, before you
Again,
went upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you
I
went
don't-
upstairs.
I don't consciously
My
do
intention
anything,
is
ma'am.
not for this to happen.
Don't assume I use my brain for anything.
I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I am sick.
As Jody said, all my other
especially with
boyfriends
that.
are
I
alive.
thought I could.
Sarah, this is the second truth you've said. You're sick. Yes. I don't know that all the therapists in the world can help you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's enough help for her.
Both detectives are like, what are you? What is she? Okay.
I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So,
So
but my thing
you
is
say
that
we're
the-
assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
but so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole that
He
you're
essentially
talking
would have
about.
been able to get out.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
This is
I
your
did
hill
not
to
zip
die
it
on,
up.
Sarah.
Mhm. Exactly.
Stick with this plan. It'll work out.
This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
it is terrible.
Yeah.
At a
But it-
bar,
Horrific.
young. They met at
I
a bar.
don't think
A pool
I'll
hall,
ever
actually.
be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this,
Okay.
whom I love.
Yes, this is a terrible burden for you to have on top of all the other burdens. I feel very sorry for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just feel bad for me.
it's a hard knock life. Okay. Got it. It's like
You
Yeah.
don't have a job, you're relying on your ex-husband, and you basically drink the day away and, flake out on your son. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the greatest person ever.
And this is what her husband said, or her ex-husband said, like, "This
Yeah.
is what she does. Like, this is her routine. This is how her life is." And it's just like, uh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had gone to counseling because Sarah, admitted she had a problem, and then spent all of the counseling sessions basically saying Brian was the reason that everything happened, and she was not a drunk. She never drink. She doesn't like to. Who? Why would you drink?
Yeah. It's yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's on Dreading. I was just gonna say that Young, when did the ex-husband say that? Dreading has a whole episode just about Brian on
Yeah.
that topic. So if you want to know more about Brian specifically and what he had to deal with all of this, you can watch that. It's really good.
Yeah, he does a really good deep dive and kinda gets into the personality stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's a really good channel if you want actual in-depth, not crime tube sort of, "He's all the guilty because the prosecutor said so."
Yeah,
Eh,
and
oh,
honestly, like, listening to that one with Brian or about Brian, it's
yeah.
actually kinda rough, man. Like, I
It's
genuinely feel bad for the
heartbreaking.
dude. Yeah, like, it's
Yeah,
rough.
I mean, he seems like a really, really nice guy, and he tried to help Sarah so much,
Yeah,
and then I you just can't help a person who doesn't wanna change.
exactly.
On a tangent, can I tell you how pissed off I was when I saw the Annie Elise, 10 to Life about the Montgomery case? Eh, she
Uh-huh.
basically said everything that the state said was true. I mean, not even this woman must not have watched the trial. There is a reason I call myself a lay tuber because, I may not be a lawyer, but I like to at least, you know have facts, not
Yeah,
just say, "I saw this on Crime TV," and that's what Kayla said happened, and so it's just gross.
yeah,
Just
yeah. I've seen a few things like that, and it's like I actually saw there was, a trial that I know that I watched, and then hearing this person talking about it in a way that it's like, "Wait a second, like, did you actually, like, watch this thing at all?" Like, because your perception of what actually the outcome of it is very different than the facts. It's like you may not like the facts, right? Like, and that's okay. If you don't like
yeah.
the facts, that's okay. But like legally, if somebody like let's take OJ for example.
Right.
Legally, he the facts were not on the state side in that case. Like they're for a multitude of reasons.
Well,
But like
yeah, I mean
but the facts were not there to prove that he actually was the one that did it. And like we don't like some people don't like the facts and like they think that he's
yeah,
guilty. But if you want to have a level playing field, if the state doesn't prove that you actually did it, then that's where we have to draw the line with like sometimes people may get away with things. You may not like it, but that's just the way that the system works.
yeah, yeah, I mean, there are rules in a case, and you putting everything out that Kayla said as God honest truth, you did not watch that trial.
Yeah.
That's an insult to this little girl because you're sensationalizing this.
Yeah.
And granted, we are roasting the hell out of Sarah, but Sarah is a jerk face,
But she
and
deserves
I'm
it.
not roasting the hell out of George.
Yeah, exactly.
J
Like it's sad like what happened. Like, he doesn't sound like he was the greatest person in the world either, but that doesn't matter. Like he could
Yeah,
have changed his life. And like the sad thing is she took that away from him. And it's like,
yeah.
but she's just a dumpster fire of a human being, and so it's kind of funny.
She
Um,
is, and what bothers her the most is that people are y telling George's or the truth, the factual side of the story, and she can't talk down and, school us on the facts.
yeah,
And that's I do like to pick on people that are egotists, and because what really hurts them is making fun of them. And yes,
yeah,
George had kids.
yes. I think they were with his ex-wife. I think she was the one who had
Yeah,
custody of them. So, like, they weren't in the home with any of this. Lucas was the only one who was in and out, which is Sarah's and Brian's kid. He was the only one who
yeah,
was in and out. So his kids, I think, from what I kind of gathered, is they were with the ex-wife. They weren't with him at
yeah.
all.
No. And it seems like he was struggling with substance abuse, but it doesn't mean Sarah gets to decide, like Judge Dredd, to do a suitcasing.
Yeah.
I
It's
loved,
I am the law.
it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional.
It will burn.
I would not do
You
that
get
to
struck
him
by
or anyone
lightning.
else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't
Intentionally
intentionally
left
go to
him.
bed because I'm saying it okay because he
Hold
get out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
Oh, Detective Candy
And
is
he
like,
doesn't
I
come, but you
cannot
don't go
even
down
with
to
this
check on him.
chick.
So I happened to go to sleep. When I say
Do
go
not
to
bring
sleep,
me a
And what do
taser.
you
I will
normally do
tase
when you
her.
go to bed? What do you normally do when you go to bed?
what do you mean?
What is a bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that like I've
You
been
go to
drinking
bed to do
also.
what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this, I wasn't
She
that.
was checking the batteries.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which yes, you
Okay.
can tell that I had been drinking, but
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't
if
breathe?
if I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep.
I don't know, Sarah. You're
Is
kind of
that what you all are trying to do?
thunder
to
cow.
I'm
portray
not
me
trying
as?
to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
Oh,
Everything
fine and dandy.
was fine and dandy.
Explain
You
to
all
me how.
don't, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you
Turn
all
that volume
want
up
me to
slowly,
tell you, because
Detective
this was
Candy.
not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just left
I
him there to
didn't
teach
kill
him.
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
The suitcase did.
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's why you walked
You
away.
got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out and no home. Because you
And then
don't,
he doesn't,
but
but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't
Well,
go down
I
and
was
check on him?
playing Candy Crush,
I'm
and I
in
was
the
on a
bed.
really high level.
You even moved.
Your
I mean,
officerness.
You
I love how
admit to
Candy's over
moving
here just
the
casually playing the
suitcase, like,
video.
over.
You
So
roll it.
I
you
know,
roll
and
it.
she's like enloudening it as
Yeah.
she.
I love her. She's just over here like, I'm
So
just
much
gonna hit
better.
play on this thing. And we're gonna turn it up.
Oh, I would have just been slowly increasing the volume,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of a mean person, and I have no chill with Sarah anymore. I do want to see when they do all of the interviews what her parents say about her. Like,
Oh,
look,
God.
Sarah was always in the special needs class, and we gave her stickers to make her feel better, like she was really good. But really, she was, she had to wear a helmet to school. I mean, look, we told her she was special, and we might have given her too much positive encouragement, if you will.
Are you trying to insinuate, Mo, that she mistook gold stars for A's?
Yes.
Okay.
She got distracted by them being shiny. And look, I get distracted by glittery things too.
Oh.
But it just
Roll it out. Like, it's not like,
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
you didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
Right.
Schlag here.
You guys are
He
killing
got
me right now.
upside down when he fell head over heels from me, baby.
Stop saying they're killing you. I mean, the
Oh,
phrasing, ma'am.
yeah.
Phrasing.
Again, read the room, lady. Read the room.
God dang it. Like, you are killing me, you guys. No, you killed George.
Exactly. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Sarah, I know you're watching and I know this is really pissing you off, but I am willing to have a one-on-one interview, but I won't hold back. It's going to be all the snark. So you drop something stupid like that, you will receive a "No, you killed George." And but please do contact me. I do have you as a special correspondent on Newsy News, but Sarah in the flesh, oh my God. If I could get a Boone letter, Sarah, it would make my day if you spent one of your prison nubbin pens writing me a mean letter. Like, I will frame that crap. I will put it in a wall of honor. Please do.
I bet we could get a response from her.
Oh my God, I would. Are you one of the many YouTubers that are twisting the fabric of my very convoluted case and story for sensationalizing this when I am essentially innocent? Were you working with Judge Wooten?
No, Sarah, we're on your side. We believe you. There was enough finger room in there to get up all in there. I mean, we believe
No,
you. It was not intentional.
I may or may not have a wig for Sarah and have done her sort of character. So if she has access to YouTube.
Oh.
Come on, Sarah. Show the world you can take a joke. Come on my show. If they give you like prison Zoom call meetings, I don't know. I'm just saying, you wouldn't be feeding the mainstream media. I dare you. I don't want to assume.
Yeah.
That's how he talks to me most of the time.
We'll send you luggage.
He talks to you by begging to be let out of a suitcase?
I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Detective Candy is like,
What's
someone
your
better be getting me
reasoning for,
Jimmy John's right now
not calling
and some
911
chocolate.
sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Ryan and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless,
did you
but I
call
had
your
to
ex-husband?
I was trying to do CPR. I was trying to do CPR. I had
Oh,
to get
so
him
that's
out.
why she was so thirsty, wanted her
And try
Dr.
to-
Pepper.
She was tired.
She was tired. She was like, look, I spent all of 3 minutes trying to do, CPR in the suitcase because she didn't even take him out. Per Brian, he kind of walked in there. He's like, oh, there's a guy that's purple and in a suitcase. Nope. And she's like, Sarah's like, do something, Brian.
Yeah. And
Don't
Brian,
assume.
yeah.
And Brian's like,
because as I understand it, as you walk in the door, there's a little tiled area for where you stand at the door, and then there's the carpet. And Brian stepped in and he saw the scene and he's like, nope, I'm not going in any further. I'm out. Because he was very specific when he walked in there, when he was talking to the cops. He's like, no, I took one step inside of the door, and then that little landing area or whatever. He's like, I did not go any further. He's like, I stepped in and I left.
I know. I want the break room transcripts after these two cops step out for a minute.
That would be amazing. To talk to them, that would be.
Oh yeah.
Be like, how? Just how?
How did you not tase her? Asking for a friend. And
Honest
if Detective Candy is pregnant and she is dealing with this woman's stupidity, I would be more likely to tase a heifer. I'm just saying. So, I mean, kudos to you if you were pregnant and you were also dealing with Sarah's shenanigans and you didn't tase her, because that would be
Yeah.
bad, okay?
Oh.
Do CPR, and then called you guys. And they was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone.
After she spent 6
Where she
minutes
had me
with them trying to
out
tell them
loud
that he's dead.
that helped me focus on what I
Yeah,
was
and
doing.
she's
And I
like,
don't
"I'm
need
not gonna
to.
touch him. He's made a noise. Oh my god, he made a noise."
Yeah. It's like
That's his
just-
body expelling gases, Sarah.
I
He's
don't know
decomposing.
how. I mean, you can sit here all day long and say I thought he was going to get himself out, but that he didn't, and you went upstairs and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You
like,
chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
no, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't
Yeah.
bother even looking at the clock.
These bigots, time
Yeah.
is a social construct
Yeah.
and male privilege and other stuff, damn it.
Yeah. She's omniscient. She doesn't need to go down and check. She just knows that he'll be okay.
Yeah, well, Sarah's like, "Look, what I had meant to say was a timeline that better encapsulates this new information that I didn't know I filmed. So, my timelines were a little fuzzy last night. Forgive me,
Because I was drunk in the interview.
because I'm still drunk now." Just God, what?
Most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless
again-
of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs,
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Number 1, I didn't assume it would kill him. Like, you expect I take offense with assumptions, so I thought he was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now that this might have consequences for me, I'm very sorry.
Yeah. And I think number 2 would be because this is what it feels like when you choke me.
Yeah. And what she should have remembered is the 5th, which is the right to remain silent.
But fortunately for us, she does not have the
Yeah.
ability to
Please
stay
do
silent.
remain silent. Oh my god. You have the right, not the ability.
Yeah.
Her lawyer just looking at this is like, "Fuck my life."
Yeah.
And then he talks to Sarah, all 7 of them so far, and he's like, "So, here's the deal. You pretty much admitted to at least reckless homicide. We can probably make a plea deal." Any one of the 7. And she's like, "You don't understand. I was not even intentional." No, I get the words that you are saying, but that doesn't mean anything to the law. So I'm telling you can't you just tell them that it was A, not malicious, and B, not intentional?
Well, we can tell them that, yes, but
Okay.
it doesn't
Yes,
matter.
but Cupcake, here's the thing. The law doesn't give 2 craps. You
Yeah.
left someone in a very hazardous, situation that you didn't check on, you didn't render aid until it was too late. They kinda got you by the short and curlies, if you know what I mean. Now what we can do is if you could just, and I'm gonna throw this out there, Sarah, pretend to be sorry. I know it wasn't intentional. I know. Nope, nope, nope. No, just listen to me. I lawyerate all the time, and I'm gonna tell you, well, you are just a terrible lawyer that doesn't even return my 87 phone calls a day
And 14 letters.
and 14 letters.
Yeah.
She caused a judge to quit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's allegedly exactly how it went down, but this judge is like, "I am too old for this
Mhm.
shit. I'm out."
But
Get
at least all 7 of the prior lawyers have all returned to God because they thought that he was punishing them in some way.
they're like, "I will never ever drink." I mean, I will try not to when I am drunk, I will not put anyone in a suitcase, your lordliness.
I won't work on Sundays anymore. I won't take your name in vain.
Yeah. They all
Mhm.
became alcoholics.
On only the holy wine, though. That's it.
Yeah. It's blessed by the Vatican.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. They'll give you 5 minutes or so.
Okay,
5
that's
minutes for what?
wrongful imprisonment.
Mhm.
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Don't
Were you
know.
punishing them?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you get. This is
Yep.
what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I
Oh, Jesus.
I would have gotten away with it had Jorge just gotten himself out of the damn suitcase. He's always setting me up like this.
Yeah. It's like, if
Like
I only wouldn't hit the damn record button.
yeah, it's all backfired on me. How dare my actions have consequences? Feels Sarah.
Ugh.
You could have done the Jody and at least said ninjas came in and, he'd been messing with some scary people. You were passed out dead drunk. Now, had you not filmed yourself and or deleted these particular recordings before you went
Yeah.
to the police station, then,
Oh,
it could have been plausible because you are a drunk alcoholic and you could have framed it that way. But no, you're like, we were playing hide and seek. So as the
oh,
seeker, I put him exactly where I knew how to find him.
yeah.
S-
Just, yeah.
Someone call the homicide unit. Her innocence is dead.
Yeah, it's just so
I'm like,
the
you filmed a
gymnast
snuff film, ma'am.
yes,
What?
there you go.
I mean, or you could have said, "Look, he wanted to pass on." I mean, there are 100 bajillion other stories you could have used than hide and seek, and that's really what ticks me off, Sarah. You came up with the most dumb, retarded story I have ever heard. I meant
Yeah,
art-tarded story. Y'all know what I mean.
she
Gonna
could
have
have
someone
been
in the
more creative.
comments, "Did you use the R word at, 2 hours and 8 minutes?"
She could have
I'm
been
a
more
kid of the
creative.
'90s.
Yeah, it's like yeah, and there's just so many other things that she could have said, like, just so
Yeah.
many, and it's just like, uh, just denying everything at every level, though, and then, like, "Oh, well, I'm guesstimating on the time." It's like, "You recorded it. There are literal timestamps."
Well, yeah, all of this, drunk kind of ridiculousness could have been a plausible thing to get you at least to, uh, you know, maybe manslaughter, maybe something a little bit that you could plea deal. You're still gonna do prison time, but, you know, you could have, but no, you're like I'm gonna go with hide and seek. With either
Yeah.
that or Twister, and she figured she couldn't really put that she couldn't explain how he would get in a suitcase with Twister.
Whole body on gray.
Though she did Uno reverse him a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a
understand the
terrible
severity of
person.
this. I just,
Yeah, he's dead.
it's awful, I know.
Okay.
Do not raise your voice to
It's
me.
awful. And I will tell you both this right now too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what.
Oh my god.
There it is.
It's
I
oh,
will
see,
never.
I would also I couldn't the reason number 173,000 I couldn't be a cop because when she said that, I would bust out. I would laugh my tits off. I would just I'd
Oh.
have to leave the room. I would cry. And she'd be like, "She is so disrespectful."
Oh. I mean, it's even named after you, Boone's Farm.
That's why she started drinking it in
Yeah.
elementary school and just never stopped. It-
God.
Detective Candy has the best resting, give no F's face. She's in
Mhm.
full F deficit, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Sarah. If you maintain sobriety, you won't have to pay for unaliving someone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I'll never do it again. Okay. Here's the door, Sarah. Just go. Just go.
Yeah.
All okay now.
Your Honor, we decided not to charge her. She said she'll never drink again.
Yeah. Oh, wait, but she didn't say that she didn't swear on the Bible. So that's how we know that she's not telling the truth. Because every other time when she's told the truth, she swore on the Bible.
Well, I mean, she didn't wanna lie on the Bible any more than she'd been doing. She figured you only get, 4 or 5 chances for that lightning comes.
It's not wine. It's just sour grape juice.
Fermented juice. I didn't know how was I to know that if I put a carton of orange juice behind my prison toilet for a couple weeks and let it ferment, that it became hooch? I mean, live and learn, live and learn.
Yeah. With a potato in it.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
What it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing.
I got a
You all,
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying,
my God.
and you say, fuck you.
When he, so for the whole few minutes that he was in there,
Minimum 11.
Yeah, minimum
11.
11.
It's a few.
And then the 12 hours you let him
But-
just
For one
in there.
video.
Well, in between those two videos. it's
Between the two
11 minutes.
videos? Okay.
Yeah.
so what was the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him?
Let me think. Hold on.
There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no.
Again, it's the
No.
boy calling wolf.
Okay, but
This is the thunder cow calling not intentional. You got the wrong Dr. Seuss book, Sarah.
Is he calling them or is he crying wolf?
She doesn't
I'm
even
sure.
know the damn story. She's just like, they said something about a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
my
like,
God.
is he calling them or is he crying wolf? Because there's a difference.
Yeah. Every time I'm trapped in a suitcase, I'm like, just joking. I'm fine in here, y'all. Just goofing on you. I'll stay here the night.
Yeah.
I
all
like to
good.
be I like to be cuddled up, so we're good.
Yeah. I
Just
like to hug myself all night.
to be fair, if I had a choice between the Samsonite and Sarah snuggling me, I'd
mean,
hop on into that Samsonite.
true. I mean, I guess I would probably prefer licking my own knee over being next to Sarah too. So there's that.
Yeah.
Where does this game end? You say this is a game, you got somebody in
Obviously,
there.
like the wrong way.
What was your intention for leaving them in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys,
Oh, baby, it's not fair.
Oh, no, please
Mm.
explain to us how this is now, a victimhood point for you. I need
Oh,
to yeah, no, please explain this, Sarah, because I didn't do well in trigonometry, but the mental math that you're using to do this must be, like, advanced calculus, so let's hear it.
yeah, it's not fair. It's like he's dead.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here saying it's not fair. Okay.
He does have a little bit of a drawl, so he kind of swallows her or his words.
Yeah.
And he is Danny Glover, like Lethal Weapon 17. Why the hell is Chris Rock in this movie? Done with this chick. I need to make a graphic that I can put Danny Glover's head and then Chris Rock pops out as it gets to the top.
are trying to, again, oh, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No,
That's absolutely what happened.
intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up the flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Understand.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and
And
check
it's
on
the
him.
whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I
to
don't care
do,
about 30
whatever.
minutes.
It's like, for all I know, it's like
He's
10
begging for his
minutes.
life. He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I
Why?
didn't intentionally.
Well,
mean
I mean, still at this point and halfway through the interview, I do want to know what you used on your Lego hair because trying to recreate your freaking hairdos, the amount of gel I have to use to make my hair do the Katie Lang that you've got now, and this general disaster. So I would like to know what you use on your hair, ma'am.
Yeah,
Write
I mean,
me.
she's keeping
I have
Aquanet
a
in
P.O.
business.
box.
for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did you
tell us
intend?
why you left him in there and went upstairs. That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But again, I'm thinking he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun. You
Right,
said
I know. I don't
this
know.
was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He
Ooh, I
had his
like the
fingers out of the
sock
bag and he was
puppets.
playing.
Hand
Obviously,
puppet
that's not the
time.
case.
So are you guys?
'Cause he was
so what is
calling
it you're
wolves,
trying
man.
to, like,
We're just trying to figure out why.
why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the back?
Because we need to know what level of felony to
Why?
I
charge you
didn't
with.
have any motivation. It was he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's excluding, it's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh my
bump on his
gosh.
eye. I mean,
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair. at all, that you all are assuming that that's from me.
I like the temper tantrum that she's throwing.
It's not
I know. She's like, "How dare you assume that I assaulted him, even though I've admitted to, throwing that Samsung or not the Samsonite around like Donkey Kong with a bunch of barrels. But how dare you assume that that's from me? That was gravity and Samsonite, Your Honor."
Yes. Put them in jail. It wasn't me. Oh. Oh my god. The temper tantrum is just, it's too much.
It's the absolute self-righteousness, Helen Lovejoy, Tipper Gore, save the children, I am better than you. When she is like, it's like the detectives are, "Anakin, you don't have the high ground." And she's like, "I'm a backflip over you, you big old asshole. I do too."
Yeah.
And then she, becomes, limbless and all burnt up in this weird suit, and she's like, "How did they do this to me? You guys, this is just not fair.
Yeah. It's
He
just,
taunted me and just provoked me, and I unintentionally became limbless."
yeah, like, I mean, she could have even gone the route, and, like, I haven't seen the documents, right? I mean, she could have even tried, if she really, really wanted to, she could have went the whole, like, battered woman thing, where, like, she felt this was her only way out, right? Because, like, I mean, if he was beating her with
Yeah,
a curtain rod, like, a month before, like, you could have there was something else you could have said that would have
yeah.
made sense. But because she's drunk all the time, like, she can't put a coherent thought together.
Well, and she's a belligerent, hateful, spiteful drunk.
Yeah.
So, and it would have been better had she not also, you know, been involved in the domestic violence. The
Yes.
problem she is going to have is that they abused each other,
Yeah. Exactly.
and
That's the problem.
and she doesn't come off as a battered woman. I mean,
Nope.
and I'm not saying there's a way that victims of abuse have to act, but, no, she comes off much too arrogant and you know, absorbed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very different thing. Like, she could have there's just so many other reasons, but, like, she's just trying to say that, like, "I didn't intend to do anything, so, like, it should be fine, right, guys? Right? Right? Like, everything's cool, right? We're good."
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
I just
up until, like, the
threw a
last
knife
5
towards him,
minutes.
and it just happened, to go
Walk into
5
it.
inches into his chest.
Yeah, as a little 120-pound woman, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
but, like, up until, like, I guess the strange thing about this thing is, like, up until the last, like, 5 minutes or so, she thinks she's walking out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's the part that's just, like, astounding to me, is, like, she thinks that she's nailing this. She's, like, straight A student still. She got
Well,
her gold star.
the thing that kills me is when she was, not checking her phone, she could have Googled, "If I accidentally unalive someone, what time am I looking at?" You
Yeah,
know, will the fact that I didn't intend to do this, it just kills me. People have tiny computers and access to, Google, which might not be the most, neutral site, but might still could tell you, well, Florida law gives 2 shits about intentional and malicious. And
yeah,
then she would have thought, maybe I should change my story.
yeah,
I mean, not that I want her to be a bigger criminal because this is hilarious in a horrifying way, but
yeah.
come on, ma'am.
It's just so absurd.
Just yeah.
Yeah, it's
Case, and you're asking to be let out. would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase. Should they not let you out?
Eventually, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Wait, you were drinking then?
It was really Boone's Farm and Dimetap mixed together. It's called a NyQuil teeny, if you will. And just, ma'am, ma'am, I love how she's like, look, y'all, I was drunk, but I'll be leaving here now.
Yeah,
I'm glad we cleared this up.
yeah, because it's not like those people who get drunk and unalive people driving. They just get to walk home, right? Like everything's cool, right? Everything's fine. I mean, I guess
She
there's
she
certain
probably
people.
thinks, hey, I didn't do a DUI. I'm gonna get out of here just fine. God dang it. She probably did.
Yeah, or she was hide and seeking while intoxicated. What is that? HSUI?
Just- God, what is wrong with people?
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, or we're not, we haven't assumed anything.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
I had to reject
No.
your reality and
By-
insert my own.
What,
Like, this is-
the facts of what happened, we got there, you said you pulled him out of a suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that, these are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what
we're
you said
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain it.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday, because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were you
Yep.
thought I was assuming
You tell
that
her,
you were
Detective
drunk.
Candy.
So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your what's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
What?
You've used it today too.
God bless you. Closed captioning. We need to see that again.
Compass mentis.
Compass mentis.
Compass
You've used it
mentis.
today too, to say that you guys were within your
That was
your
a
wit.
snort laugh.
There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
same
both
exact day.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't. Because they weren't there the day before.
So one
There's two
was,
Publix receipts.
Have you ever
from
heard of
yesterday.
evaporation, your officerness?
Anything purchased on either one.
It's a
was single
scientific
bottle of wine.
concept.
Two of them.
The
We
ninjas
have
drank
each
it.
bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
okay, well, I
mean, there's receipts, so it's not even worth the going.
so this is,
It's like, don't
so
argue with
I don't
me.
know what you guys are, I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you,
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
well,
But we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
Not-
that's actually
Yeah,
absolutely what it was.
actually.
No,
Not
what I said
assumption.
was, fuck
The video was
you,
there. We played
officer.
it for you.
We gonna play the
So
record
you
back?
guys think that
We're gonna run
I
the record back
intentionally-
per Daryl Brooks.
You
Let's
did.
get
the
You
record
got
straight.
up
It doesn't matter
off
what
the couch
it doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up downstairs.
Okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
Because you did.
I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus.
You
The
told us
detectives
that.
are like,
You didn't go upstairs?
we're out.
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger,
Well, the
She
damn hole didn't
invented
do
it
him no
from
good,
the
did it?
hole of her finger.
but he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't.
I,
The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he
there's,
could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
okay.
you, he can't breathe.
Sarah's like, he was trying to frame me. Look, he does this all the time. He tries to fake his own death, and then he tries to die. And I mean, he's always crying wolf like that.
Calling the wolves, not crying. Calling the wolves.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Calling the wolves. Just
How does he call them, Sarah? Sarah, Sarah,
oh my
I
gosh.
can't breathe. That's how he calls the wolves.
Just what God, ma'am.
Oh.
I even the detectives are like, "All right, no, we're done." Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
If
I-
someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're gonna do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but
That's
why would
right.
he and start doing it?
Cause he couldn't, cause it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He
Oh.
nor I.
Well, he's dead as a result
Laid
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result of
I
your
understand that.
action. So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No.
I mean, she's still, kind of true because she just beat the crap out of the suitcase.
Technically correct.
Technically correct. She's like the best kind of correct.
Yes.
She's like, I laid feet on him. Did you ask about my feet? No, you did not.
Well, technically, she actually said she's like that. She did flip it over, and she motioned with her hands like she flipped it over.
Oh,
So
damn it.
technically, she did kind of get the touchy. It wasn't just the feet. I mean, unless she meant that maybe she was miming that she did it with her hands, and she actually just like gave it a swift kick.
Well, disturbingly, I believe that there was a T-ball bat by the stuff that they were going to be donating or what have you.
True.
So, ma'am, just right. Okay, yeah, we've got the record wrong. You and Daryl Brooks should write. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I can make chat or AI do Sarah and Daryl Brooks writing love letters to each other. That would only be the best ever.
Oh my god. That would be
Like,
the stuff of nightmares.
it would be a dumpster fire, and I would be there for it with popcorn. Oh my gosh.
god. They could
I just don't know how to
use
work
ego.
AI. I can barely
Oh,
work
I can show you, Mo.
Awesome.
I can show you all the things.
Oh, I feel a Aladdin song coming up, but let's go ahead and thank you, John Coman. Hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, well, you saw the ride and still bought a ticket. You knew I couldn't say things.
Compos mentis. Maybe, actually.
I've never actually looked up the Latin origin. I've just simply always in context figured it meant that you were aware and taking in all of your situation. I don't know Latin. Veilhammer's looking it up.
I'm looking it up. It is, as according to Merriam-Webster, it is of sound, mind, memory, and understanding.
Sarah fulfills none of those words.
And the etymology of it, so the Latin is literally having the mastery of one's mind. And this woman is far, far from that.
Yeah, and I've never had that, but I don't brag that I have that either.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair. that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
Well,
Where else
what
are we
about
gonna
when
go?
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like,
Really?
what is
Like, really? It's the same
Sarah's
thing?
like, have you not heard of the Pound Me Too movement? It's called hashtag Me Too, Sarah. No, that is a pound sign. I don't think you
Oh.
understand what a pound sign is.
Oh my
Okay.
god. It's just oh.
Thank you again, John. Uh, well, even feigning a mea culpa would mean that she'd have to somewhere in that deep recess she calls a soul admit partial responsibility.
Yeah.
That will never happen unless she has a personality transplant or really does find Jesus behind bars, as everyone does, because he's hiding behind the couch in the break room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel is
No.
inserting myself.
No one can save Sarah, but Sarah, good thing she has her own cross. I wonder if she'll rise in 3 days too. A terrible person.
No, she'll just float up the stairs.
God. She's waiting for her stigmata to arrive because she's just so devout and pious.
Yeah. And her head will rotate around a couple times.
Yeah, she did kind of she if you have watched the new Resident Evil remake, she, found the mausoleum. She opened the, crypt covered in holy relics to keep it safe, took out the human flesh book, and was like, I think I'm gonna listen to these records.
The human flesh book.
It, it, it will make you so irritated. The kid, so it's about these teenagers, because of course it is. But there's an earthquake, and underneath their building, there happened to be this ancient relic, hiding place. And a priest had found this, book made out of human flesh full of the grossest pictures or hilarious pictures, and there were a bunch of records. Oh, no, it's Evil Dead. Sorry, not Resident Evil.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Sorry.
Okay. But a priest having a book with disgusting pictures is not surprising. Oh.
Actually, teachers' unions by population have many more predators.
No, I know. I'm just it's low-hanging
But
fruit.
low-hanging fruit, as a former Catholic, I feel no ways about it. As I told my mother when I left the Catholic faith, I was like, "Wait a minute, so the guy closest to God rides around in a bulletproof if anyone should not be afraid to die, it should be this dude."
Yeah, right?
And she's like, yeah. She's like, "Okay, you don't have to go to
logic me.
church anymore."
Don't logic me. The
What does that mean?
Pope-mobile.
I don't have any injuries.
correct?
Because
So
he and I have not been at it with one another.
No, Sarah, that doesn't prove that you didn't hit him.
Yeah.
It's not the transitive property here. It's not, I don't have bruises, therefore, ipso facto, he shouldn't have bruises. Just, Sarah, you admitting that doesn't mean what you think it means insofar as your innocence, but continue to loudly shout it.
Yeah.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to
No.
jail for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened, because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser. Because I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it. And I always
All her other husbands escaped the suitcase, so really, she was like,
Well, he was smart.
also
He was the one who,
unfortunate.
and that poor man. Really,
Jesus
like, I
God.
mean, she, unless, I don't know, like maybe something happened, I don't know, but like, she's definitely batting above like her league there. Like, I mean, he's not like Brad Pitt or nothing like that, but like, she
No.
clearly landed somebody who was way out of her league.
Personality-wise, yeah, because she did the exact same things to Brian that she did to George. She would
Yeah.
go scratch him, swing on him, all the other things, and he never, you know, did anything in return or in kind because he's like, "She's a little tiny woman and I'm a big guy."
Yeah.
And
And
then she picked someone who was gonna swing back.
yeah. But like, she brought men into his house
Yeah.
and was fooling around with them, as I understand with it, in
Oh, yeah.
his house.
Yeah.
Like, that, for me, that shit would have been done a long time ago. There would be no, let's go to counseling. Like, no,
Yeah.
your ass is on the curb. Sorry. Like, you're
That
just,
and the only job she had to do, which it's not the only job, but, all she had to do was watch their son be a stay-at-home mom. And he would come home to a bunch of drunks in the house or, people shouting, "Where is Sarah?" To the point where it became a danger.
yeah.
There she's inviting the whole bar home
Mhm.
for an after party.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. It's just a disaster. And like, it's from what I kind of gathered from Brian is like, yes, she was like this before, but like after apparently she felt like she lost her independence after she had the baby, and
yeah.
which is Lucas. And so then that's when she just completely went off the rails. And it's like, okay. It's like I understand like postpartum depression is like a real thing. Like obviously I'm not a woman, like I don't understand what that is, but like I understand that it's real. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, so I understand that it must be incredibly difficult, but like she kind of took that to a whole other level though. Like way beyond what I think probably most women would go through.
Well, no, it's she wanted the concept of a baby. She did not realize that babies actually require you to have self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
You have to get up on the day what she claims, you have to get up on the days you don't feel good. You can't, go to the bar every night. No, you can't just drop the baby, in the car or, bring a bunch of bar hoppers home because those are things that you give up when you take on the responsibility of raising a smallish human.
Hmm. Yeah. It's just wild. Like, yeah. But yeah, like Justin just said, it's not fair.
Yeah, I have to stop going to bars all the time. It's not like no one ever told me motherhood would be hard.
Yeah.
I
It's
figured
yeah, it's bad.
uh, yeah, I mean, it's sad to say, but honest to God, this is not gonna come out right. But the best thing th this is probably the best thing that is gonna happen for Lucas
For
because
sure.
he's not gonna have a mom that flakes out all the time, so he's not gonna have to deal with that, constant abandonment beyond what, he already suffered.
Yeah.
He has a good dad, and you know, his dad's working,
Mhm.
I think, to keep his life completely, but basically, he doesn't have to deal with the hurricane of chaos that goes around Sarah at all times.
Yeah, and, like, I mean, I can't even imagine for him, like, that because as Brian said that, like, her calling him saying that she's not gonna come pick him up or whatever was a
Yeah.
regular occurrence, and she only got him, like,
Oh,
1
yeah,
day a week or 2 days a week or something like that, and it's like, could you imagine what Lucas would feel like? It's like, "Oh,
and
my mom doesn't want anything to do with me."
well, and then sometimes he would go over there and she'd call him like 2 hours later, "Look, Jorge and I just can't handle him right now."
Yeah,
Or George, sorry.
yeah,
Although it is spelled Jorge, sir.
yeah. Which
Always know what to do and how to do it. This, I don't know. So I don't know, like, what's going on or, like,
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us, we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
and I don't even remember doing that.
Okay. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand, because I don't remember that.
Okay. Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like, what's the what?
Yes. This dumb bitch. How do we explain to her that she is delusional? IDK, want to get out of here soon? I need a drink, yes. How self-absorbed do you have to be to think that detectives texting around you is involving you? I mean, I would be inappropriately texting the entire time, like, "I'm a taser. I'm a fucking taser." And my detective partner's like, "Honey, you're just pregnant. Just let her go. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Come on. We'll go buy some more shiny shirts.
I would
You'll teach me how to iron them." Because I love his shirt, but it's just not ironed, and it's bothering me.
yes,
So
it's and
if you
I
have a shiny shirt, you need to iron it.
it is a very Florida color. I would expect that to be on somebody who is from Florida.
It's very, yeah, it is a very you wouldn't lose him in a crowd. I always try to dress Mr. Mo in a bright color if we're going, like, to Sam's Club. Just kidding. I'm like, "He's the tall guy in the red. Alright." 'Cause there's nothing more embarrassing than turning around and having an entire conversation with someone who's not even married to you. And I was like, "Oh, sorry. I assumed you were my husband because you were also dressed in a gray sweatshirt, and I wasn't really paying attention."
Oh my god. Yes. Or, like, you're having a conversation and, like, if somebody's, like, helping you or something, like, at a store, and you're, like, having a conversation and you realize that at
Oh,
some point
yeah.
in time they have snuck away, and so you just had this entire conversation with yourself.
Oh my god. I just realized this cop's days is never gonna end. His wife is gonna ask him to stop at Target, and people are gonna assume that he works there.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm a detective, damn it." That's why he wears the big old star because his wife's always having him go to Target, and red is his favorite color. He's like, "I refuse to change. I had red first." Office Space style.
Oh, Jesus. It is
Ugh.
shiny, though.
It I mean, it probably feels really soft and comfortable against the skin. It's just you can tell he just took it out the dang package, like, flicked it once, and he's like, "I am styling and profiling."
There must be something weird with the lighting in the room, though, because like, if you notice on his right leg, there's, like, shiny stripes down his leg.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks weird. Like, I mean, but if you actually look at Detective Candy over there, she has the little like wrinkles in her pants, and this has this weird shiny thing on it too. It's like, I don't know if like the lights must be incredibly bright in there or something. It's just like
Yeah, I
blocking
mean, the
everything out.
table's really washed out too, and
Yeah.
they look kind of like me when I can't figure out my lighting.
Shut up, Sal.
Or 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 maybe, just maybe, to be a detective in Florida, you have to wear, shiny pants. It's
Shiny
like, look,
clothes.
yeah.
Yeah. You know it's a cop when they wear the shiny clothes.
It's like, "Oh my god, it's LeMay. It's a cop."
Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
No,
You guys are scaring me, so like I don't know like what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that needed to be taken care of. Like I don't.
What are
I
your
mean-
questions?
I have one last question. I mean, you realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, "I can't breathe, let me out," and you said, "Fuck you." And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not
Died.
intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not in.
Oh my god, how can you say ma'am, you was in the interrogation room. I don't know how to crayon this out for you, but okay, George in suitcase. You filmed it. George dead now. You cannot therefore say you would never do that. It's linguistically
literally did.
wrong.
Just, oh my god.
The detective's like, "Fine, I give up. We tried," because lady detective was texting like, "Imma lose my shit," and he's like, "We'll give her one more chance. I will try to dumb this down as much as I can, and we will just try." And she's like, "Fine, you got one more chance." Like, I'm about ready to tase her.
He's like, okay, but I'll buy you drinks tonight. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing.
Booze is bad, okay?
But you weren't
Instead
drunk.
of doing booze.
Remember?
And
You weren't
you
drunk like an hour and 4 minutes ago. You weren't drunk.
then you never drink, then you can't drink.
And I'll never do it again.
And then you just said, "I'll never drink again." I mean, I feel like we've gone full horseshoe theory, but okay. I'm willing to listen, Sarah. Continue to pontificate.
It's alcohol. Not
She is blaming it on the Mad Dog 2020.
You all?
Oh, hell no. Sit the hell down, skinny legs.
You all listen.
Listen.
I
Hey, listen.
did not intentionally kill him.
Okay.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I
to
need to
punish him?
do or how to do it or what to say or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows everything that I've done for George and love him and continuously helped him throughout his life with me.
And the
And made
probation
him a
officer will
happier,
testify
better
to that.
person.
Everybody has their
The
limits.
probation
knows
officer's
that.
like, I don't
Everybody
even know
has their
Sarah.
limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm gonna snap. Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
you did.
Absolutely. I got you on video screaming, "Fuck you."
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which
when
was
you're
however long
choking
ago.
me.
You
The
said.
videos was from last night.
Clearly,
So it wasn't that,
inside ya.
yeah.
there's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it,
But I would never do that.
but it happened and you did.
But you
But
did.
that's after being playful
But no one's
and
laughing.
having a good day.
No one's laughing except you.
Everybody's
I would hate to
having
see
a
it
good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be
Detective shiny shirt with a good jab. And we are probably going to end it here for tonight because it is 9 o'clock. I have to make sure that the children did not burn anything down. There was quite a bit of thunking upstairs, but I do have 3 boys, and that's kind of normal.
Just
So
Jesus, make sure they're not in a suitcase.
we don't have any suitcases. I've hidden those. As soon as I saw this trial, I was like, one of my boys is gonna TikTok something and say, "You know what's a really fun challenge? It's called the suitcase challenge." And then another's gonna up the ante and be like, "But could you slide down the stairs?" And no, I have hidden those things because no.
So I may or may not have, as an adult who was probably intoxicated, um, went downstairs as like
In a
on a
suitcase.
not in a suitcase. I just went down them on my stomach because I thought it would be fun. It was not fun.
Those satin sheets are a real bitch when you're drunk. They're like Okay, probably my most embarrassing drunk story would allegedly, in theory, um, be how my middle son came to be. Uh, Shockingly enough, we had struggled because I wanted my one son to not be stuck with 3 girls as sisters, and I was like, we actually struggled to have him, and for Mother's Day, the Mexican restaurants were giving out margaritas, and, they didn't doctor them like I do with mostly Diet Sprite, and as cheap as I am, I'll be damned if I, spend $8 on a drink and then not finish it.
Yeah.
So, anywho, married stuff happens, and then I decide that a handstand would be the greatest thing to do. Now, I am neither I am neither coordinated nor making the best choices at this point. But this epiphany struck me as the smartest thing to do at the time. Now, what did happen is that I ended up on my side and taking out the nightstand, and Mr. Mo came in, he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "It's gravity's fault." Those maybe have been the words that, I spoke, and he was like, "No, really, you broke the lamp. What were you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I definitely thought that I could still do a handstand." And having never been able to do one before sober, uh, alcohol gave me the strength and courage to try to push my limits.
It gave me the belief.
Rolled his It was just like, it
Oh,
it's
good lord.
okay, go to sleep now. It's like, we'll get a new lamp.
Well, sadly, that wasn't my most embarrassing drunk story. I would actually have to sadly think about that because there's that many.
Oh, well, I don't have all that many. Actually, I just have the ones that end up with me having a child later.
I don't have any of those, so you're gonna beat me on those.
Well, let me think. Look, there's only an 80% chance that my children were alcoholically conceived. So the odds are great that I have more stories.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, this was fun.
Yes.
This is
So this is Vale deserves all of the credit because he was able to make the moving people and the backgroundy thing and figure out all of the how to do stuff. I just had the idea.
yes. And it was a great idea, and I think from what everybody else is saying that it seems like this is a lot of fun. Because it's just for us to laugh, because everything else is just so serious that it's like, it's just let's have some laughs.
Well, yeah, and we're not gonna watch the interrogation be like, per the Reed technique, right now, they are trying to do this." And if you notice her body language, she looks like an uppity cow. I mean, that would be my reading on it, but
Yeah. It's
there are other channels if you want serious.
yeah. There's people who do that and do it well. That is not what
Yes.
we do. We do funny things.
Yes, so maybe I will check with Vale and see what his schedule is, and possibly this will be the slot that we'll pick for, Legal Shenanigans Theater.
Yes.
And if you, are linked to any of the Discords that I'm under, so I think Hella's and, MLS, then, if you wanna put in suggestions of who we should do after Sarah, which sounds a lot grosser than it should, throw them in there because I have a couple ideas, but I'm willing to take suggestions as always.
Yes. Cool.
Have a wonderful evening. I did not reroute you guys to anything, so you are free to go wherever you choose, my children.
Float on the
And
wind.
thank you, Sarah. Yeah, intentionally or unintentionally go to bed. I mean, however you maliciously or unmaliciously, consciously go to bed.
Yes. Just unzip the suitcase first.
Yes. Have a great evening, you guys.